and welcome to another episode of Do Go On. My name is Dave Warnocky, and as always, I'm here with Matt Stewart and Jess Perkins.
Hello, Dave.
Hey, Dave. Isn't it so nice to be alive?
It's so nice to be. He's trying to get that to be his catchphrase. It's not working. And we are joined this week by our favourite detective duo. It's Alexei Toliopoulos and Cameron James.
Thank
you so much for having us.
Yes. My favourite detective duo is Dick Tracy and that guy with the big head and the small face.
Oh, small face, big head. My favourite Dick Tracy character. And let the record show it is I, Alexei Toliopoulos, speaking now. Cameron, introduce your voice.
Hey, guys!
There we go.
What's up?
The listener now has complete knowledge of how the audio dynamic of this podcast goes.
It was exciting to sing because I had a real split second to decide on what my new personality was going to be.
That's what you went with.
I chose California Cartman. Hey, guys! What's up?
We will insist you do that for the next 2 hours.
I can't. I give up. This is how I really talk.
Well,
hey,
such
guys.
a good
What's
person.
up?
Whoa, this
Shit.
guy's sexy. What the heck? Oh, my God. My loins had a tingle.
This makes sense to us because we're in the sunny city of Sydney.
Yeah.
It's
Oh,
beautiful to be
yeah.
up here. Dave and I have been here for a week and it's been raining, but the day that Jess comes up, the
You guys
sun breaks out.
You guys brought the weather with you?
Whoa, you're doing my gear.
So sorry. I did see you do that on stage, and I thought it was cool, so I thought I'd say it.
Oh, this is going to be a loose episode. Where are we though now, Cam?
We are in, what would you call this, Surrey Hills?
I would call this Surrey Hills Redfern.
Yes.
We're on beautiful Cleveland Street, one of the most exciting dining precincts in
Hot
Sydney.
in Cleveland.
We are in the Lebanese quarter of Cleveland Street right now.
Is that's the Wendy Malick, Betty White?
Yeah, Betty White.
sitcom?
It is like Golden Girls, but set in the 2010s era. I remember it fondly.
Yeah, and you didn't even give Betty White top billing there.
Yeah, we
Well,
love Wendy
That's how
Malick.
much I love Wendy Malick.
Yeah,
I'm a big
incredible.
Wendy Malick fan.
Oh, she's hysterical.
Yes.
Just shoot me. Don't mind if I do.
What?
I know no other credits of her.
I don't think
Just
there
shoot
are.
me in Hot in Cleveland.
She's in other stuff, doesn't
Probably
matter.
Sex and the City one app. That's my
Probably a
guess.
cameo.
Yeah, probably a guess.
Yeah, welcome to Sydney, guys. We appreciate you guys, making the trek,
Yeah.
making your way here just to sit with us.
Because
and
you've
walked
been
on
on the
twice,
show.
Yeah.
This is with your third or fourth time on, I reckon, Cam. But
yes.
mate, this is the first time we've been in your neck of the woods.
It is. It is. And that says a lot. Sydney comedians love to travel to Melbourne. Melbourne comics never
Very insular.
show their faces in this city.
We're
Yeah.
afraid of it.
Yeah.
It's a big city.
It is a big city.
And if you don't watch that, they'll chew you up and spit you out. It is a rough over here.
Yeah, very violent city.
Yeah, it is an urban jungle, if you will. And many a creature lurks to become king of the jungle.
Yeah.
And they don't, I mean, the Sydney crowds just don't put up with our meandering Melbourne comedy
Yeah.
stylings.
That is
Yeah.
true.
That's true. They demand bits and high LPMs laughs
Yeah.
per minute.
We want punchlines. We want edgy topics and premises. If you go, hey, here's a story about walking down to a nearby creek, everyone's like,
Stop
shut
doing my
fuck-
gear.
Again, I apologize because I am just doing word for word your stand up, but
It did not go well in your Sydney audience.
yeah.
We don't love this creek shit. You don't need all this Greek stuff? Come on, no way. Less
in
Greek,
Melbourne.
more Greek. That's what we demand in
We
Sydney.
do say that a lot in Sydney.
It's my catchphrase, okay? I'm trying to bring it around.
Less Greek, more Greek.
It very rarely applies.
Finally, it worked, and it was seamless to say it out loud. I felt this intense pressure in my chest going,
Yeah.
I gotta say it. I gotta say it.
Now's
If
my
not,
time.
I will die. I will
Dave,
die.
before we go off the rails any further, for any new listeners, and I know that the Mike Czech Republic are probably listening, maybe tuning in for the first time.
Yeah.
The Total Reboot Beautiful Boys might be here as well.
Early boy listeners. That's what you want. Early boy listeners,
A few
please.
people might be here to find Drago and
Yeah,
others.
sure,
But
sure.
Dave, for all those listeners, if they are tuning in for the first time, how does this show work?
Well, what we do here, guys, is we usually take it in turns to report on a topic, sometimes suggested by one of the listeners. We go away, do a little bit of research, bring it back to the group, and the other people listen intently.
Quietly, they don't interrupt.
Exactly.
They just sit and learn.
Certainly no dog shit riffs here. That's one of our rules.
Yeah.
They made me
dog
tap the sign.
Yeah. Okay. We won't do any dog shit riffs.
No dog shit riffs.
How about cat shit riffs?
Now we're talking.
Always welcome.
Now, it's actually your turn.
Yes.
Boys, are you reporting together?
Yes. Well, Alexei's going to drive. Last time I did the driving, and Alexei was in the front seat next to me,
Yes.
holding the snacks.
Of course, navigating,
Yes.
DJing the entire session.
Yeah.
That was when you were telling us the story of the Guinness Book of World Records.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Which was a fantastic episode.
Great.
And a great book.
Yeah.
One of the
Comes out
greatest
every year.
books. Yeah.
The last
Very
time.
few books come out every year.
No, that's
Just
right.
that and 1001 movies you must see before you die.
They're the big
That's
two.
true, yeah.
I feel like you can't go on a Wikipedia page, which is like a movie website, wikipedia.org for people who don't know it. You can't look up any movie without it saying, this is one of the 1001 movies you must see before you die.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Every movie's in there.
They must cycle them out.
They cycle them. They're trying to get every movie in there at a certain point. That's why I'm going psycho. I'm trying to watch every freaking movie ever made. And I'm trying to die soon too. I'm running out of time.
Going Psycho, Lex. That's actually one of the classic films.
Yes,
Psycho.
Alfred Hitchcock,
Hitchcock.
1960.
Who I think of as an auteur.
He is an
Okay,
auteur.
This is really good.
Of course, he is an auteur. He has a signature style that one could pick from just a single frame of one of his pictures.
Every film he has, every frame, there's a bird in the corner.
There's a bird.
And a man holding a knife in a shower.
And a big
In the other
rotund
corner,
guy in a
so-
suit. He cameos in his own films.
And a hot blonde chick.
Of course, he's fetish for the female form.
Probably someone that he's emotionally abused.
Yep.
Anyway, we usually start with a question. Do you have a question?
I do have a question
fantastic.
indeed. The
Great.
question is as follows. What film? Yes, it's based on a film. What film had a pair of sunglasses uniquely designed to suit each of its primary characters?
Oh, that sounds like something from the 90s. The
Wow.
Matrix or something like that.
Wow, yes, indeed.
Is it
The
really?
movie is The Matrix. We will be walking you through the production of The Matrix on
I
this
was to say the
episode.
Matrix.
Oh,
Isn't that funny?
Jess was like, ooh, and then you still
No,
cut
but
her
the
off.
man started talking, so
Yeah.
I
I'll fill this
I'll
one.
stop.
Ooh, little
I'll
Nicky.
take this.
Jess, for
Isn't
your
that-
troubles, I'm going to offer you a pair of sunglasses originally designed for Trinity in The Matrix Reloaded.
What
Yes.
a funny film. Like, there couldn't be a less sunny film.
And then we have
specific
dark.
Yeah, true,
sunglasses
very
made
dark.
for it.
Very
We
Yeah.
have Neo glasses
Oh,
for
you've
you
made
as
it
well,
abroad.
and Neo glasses for you,
Oh,
Dave.
thank you. We are.
You will
putting-
have to give them back at the end of
Yes,
this.
they will.
We spent a lot of money on those.
We will do a photo
I'm going to
shoot.
don the Matrix glasses that the twins wore in The
But
Matrix
don't you
Reloaded.
need your actual reading glasses
I'll
on?
put those over the top so I can read as well.
Because you could give them to me and then I
Yeah,
could
you
wear
can have them. Actually, I realize I can't read without
Where
my
do you
old
access
glasses.
these sunnies?
Well, Alexei and I have just finished shooting a web series
Yes.
with Auntie Donna called Finding Yeezers. And when we got given our production budget, which wasn't a lot of money,
Yeah, not that much money. Only $7 million.
Wow.
An indie flick.
Yeah, compared to The Matrix, that's nothing.
It's
Nothing.
nothing. It's
we
chump
got
change.
given,
Yeah.
I can't remember, it was not a lot of money, but when we got given the money, as soon as it came into our bank account, the first thing we bought were all the sunglasses from the Matrix.
because it was cheaper to buy them as a bundle rather than
course.
individually. And I would say one thing that's interesting, because they were uniquely designed for the characters of these movies, they designed with one person's face in mind.
Yeah.
And I would say everyone in this
They look
room
dog shit
looks
on
really
those.
stupid.
Terrible.
They do not suit anyone except Keanu Reeves.
I
Have you
love the
been
idea
scammed?
of the futuristic sunnies. They're like, in the future, there'll be no frames. It's just glass and arms.
Yeah, well, except for Morpheus, no
Yes.
arms.
Which, by the way,
Oh.
we do have the Morpheus ones, but I couldn't find them. And they were probably the most expensive ones.
Yes,
Do they not all look exactly the same?
they're all quite similar.
They look like they're the little sort of glasses that you wear at a tanning salon or something.
yeah.
But all the original Matrix glasses were handmade by eyewear designer Richard Walker of eyewear company Blind Optics. He wanted the glasses to be very futuristic and different from anything anyone had ever seen before. In turn, he
They just
designed
look like ballets.
one of a kind.
You got to take your mind back to the late 90s.
Yeah, I do.
Maybe,
Yeah.
well, these are everywhere now.
They look
but-
like the singer from the Birds. You know, he wore these sort of glasses, didn't he?
Yeah, actually, they're not that unique. Now that I think about it, we did waste $200.
Yeah, we could have just got
You got a list for
anywhere.
$200.
That was half your budget.
Yeah.
But the reason we bought them is because the Matrix does play a significant part in Finding Yeezers, and we bought them technically as props for that.
Can
web
you just
series.
quickly, before we get into the report, can you I'm assuming Finding Yeezers is a Kanye thing?
Yes. Here's the long and short of it. There is a video game on the internet called Kanye Quest 3030. That video game is, you play as Kanye West and you battle rappers and try to become the number one rapper in the world. The rumor, the urban legend, the conspiracy theory around that game is that it was created by a cult called Ascensionism, and they were trying to recruit young minds into their cult. That is what the third season, that's what Finding Yeezers is about.
Yeah.
It's us diving into that.
It is our third mystery, but our first as a YouTube series produced by Auntie Donna. And because it's all about like this new religion that's like transhumanist that brought up many images of the Matrix to us. It's a digital technological world. And we kind of use that as like the stylistic inspiration for our series.
And
Long
we-
leather jackets.
We bought a lot of leather jackets.
We wore a lot of leather jackets, a lot of leather jackets. We all wore big boots. We all got leather boots as well. And we look fly as hell.
So that's why we wanted to talk about the Matrix.
Oh, that's
too.
sick. I know
It's a bit-
nothing about the making this film at all, I don't
Have you
think.
seen the movie?
I've seen the film. I can't see who you're looking at with those studies on, but
Dave's are also I think nobody looks good, but Dave looks the worst.
Oh, Cam's look like they are upside down for sure.
Yours are crooked, mate. It's made your whole face look odd.
These
you
are
look
designed
like a
to look
member of the
upside down.
Rembrandts.
People
Dave. Does that mean anything to anyone?
As in, so no one told you life was gonna
People
be this
constantly
way.
mistake me for Keanu, so I don't see why that would be.
Yeah, that,
Yeah, the cat from the movie Keanu.
You look like a cat.
I've seen the first one, and I don't think I've seen the second
yeah, I
two.
think the same.
Well, there is even a fourth one.
Oh,
That was in
really?
cinemas at the end of last year,
how
at
did
the
I
start
miss
of this
that?
year. Yes. There are many fabled journeys in the Matrix franchise.
Yeah, and the other fact, I can't remember who it was, but someone famous knocked back the main role because they thought it sounded stupid.
Oh, there's many people that knocked it back. There were many different combinations of
Right.
actors that could have been in those roles. Sean Connery was approached to play
Really?
Morpheus, and he said, no, no, thank you.
See,
I only do Bond,
And he
James
ended up-
Bond.
Didn't he end up?
Indiana Jones's father.
I'm his father. I can't do this movie.
I think he knocked back the Matrix, and then it was a big hit. So the next thing that he was offered, he didn't understand. He took it, and it was the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
Because he also,
Oh,
but he
that's
also
so
said,
funny.
he said no to Gandalf as well, right?
He said no. No, Gandalf. I shall pass on this role.
You do sound like Goldmember, actually.
I shall pass.
I'm Bond, James Bond.
Yes, it's funny.
Will Smith is probably the one you're thinking of. That's the most iconic opportunity in history that was passed up for us.
And he
as
took
film-
Wild Wild West.
He did Wild Wild
did
West
Wild Wild West
instead of the
instead.
Matrix. Of course, back then we didn't know how good Will Smith was at slapping, so he'd be good at the kung fu stuff.
Oh God, this is. I'm having the time of my fucking life right now. This is a bit of heaven.
I can picture listening to this and people going like, I feel like they're having fun, but I don't know if I quite understand
If you
what's
don't-
going
yeah,
on.
and if you don't quite understand, what you need to remember is that we're wearing Matrix
Yes.
glasses.
Yes.
Get the glass, press
That is-
pause,
Yeah.
get the goggles.
Yeah, that is the
Come
energy
back.
that we're.
and drinking beers.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's
That's
beers
also
and
part of
silly
it.
And if you
glasses.
do need the full image, let me remind you, I'm not wearing the glasses because I do need to read.
Yeah.
And I need my own glasses.
Yeah,
And I'm going to take mine off because
Yeah,
I can't
it's
see
okay.
anyone.
I'm going to keep mine on.
me too.
Okay, I like it. Thank
I
you.
just took a selfie to see what it looked like, and I thought I looked fly as heck. So
Yeah, you look fly as fuck, brother.
Fly as heck.
Fly as heck. You look like someone who would say that, yeah.
thank you. Thank you so much.
And I mean that as a compliment.
Well, shall I begin my tale?
You genuinely
please,
look like the
please.
singer from the Rembrandts.
What a compliment.
As I remember it. I'm going to have to look him up.
I
mean,
reckon.
yeah.
I
The
reckon
band that
just.
everyone in the world loves.
I reckon just start talking, Alexei. That's usually
Allow
how it
me
works.
to begin. Whoa, The Matrix, one of the most noodle-cooking philosophically trippy films and important documentaries of the millennium mindfuck era of cinema. A film that weaves threads of eclectic influences of kung fu and wuxia cinema, John Woo and the heroic bloodshed of 90s Hong Kong action cinema, anime, manga, and of course, philosophy that examines the very nature of reality through questions like, holy smokes, do I live in a freaking fake belief simulation of Sydney, Australia? A question I myself have pondered many, many times. And now let the record show that before you, I'm holding out my palms, much like a moment in the movie The Matrix. And each palm, you will have to pretend that in those palms sits a potential podcast episode. This is your last chance. After this, there is no turning back. You take the blue podcast. The episode ends. Cameron and I plug our new documentary series, Finding Jesus, and you believe whatever you want to believe.
Okay.
Or you take the red podcast. You stay in Wonderland, and I show you how deep the rabbit hole goes. And in this version, we will also plug our new video documentary series, Finding Jesus, available on the Grouse House YouTube channel from the 26th of September. And new episodes coming out every Monday after that.
Every Monday.
Filmed at Stupid Old Studios.
Filmed
Am I
at
right in
Stupid
saying
Old
that?
Studios,
Yes,
yeah.
it was.
The brand new, the first thing filmed
The
there.
first production to christen the Stupid Old Studios, much like the Matrix movies, were the first production to christen Fox Studios here in Australia,
God,
in
he's
Sydney.
good. God, he's good.
So it was filmed here in Sydney, Australia.
Oh my god, you didn't know that?
Gosh.
I don't think. Oh no, I did because every small character was a home and away actor.
A lot of us, yeah.
Yes, Ada Nicodemu made her big screen debut in The Matrix, playing the White Rabbit.
Right.
Wow,
All right.
yes.
All right,
got
so we
me.
need to pick. We
You
need
got
to
me.
pick.
I'm going to vote for blue pill right here.
That's
I'm
the
in.
one where it ends.
Oh, fuck.
Well, yeah, Finding Jesus comes out soon,
Thanks for listening,
guys.
guys. I got
Jess,
confused.
we can overrule here. I'm going for red. You've got the
All right.
casting vote.
I'm so sorry. I don't mean to offend. I got
You
confused.
have to leave.
David
we-
immediately is like, I hate this. I want this to be
You're
over.
scaring me.
I'd like to go home now.
Yeah, I'm doing my extremely exciting character voice. Guy who knows heaps about the Matrix.
I think we're going to say red.
All right. Okay.
Red
I'm
podcast.
with you all the way, Bob.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, have you all seen The Matrix? Would you like me to provide a plot synopsis plucked from imdb.com?
Yes.
That'd be
Give us a
fantastic.
plot.
I would have
summary.
preferred if it was from memory from you, Alexei. But
Well, I can sink back into it if you need.
I reckon you could do it from memory.
Yeah, The Matrix. It's cool, it's awesome, and get ready for the ride of your life. But this is a log line from IMDb, a plot synopsis from user Anthony Pereira. Hypersonic91 at yahoo.com is their username.
Shout out.
Shout out
Shout out to
Hypersonic91 at yahoo.com. During the year 1999, a man named Thomas Anderson, also known as Neo, lives an ordinary life. A software techie by day and a computer hacker by night. He sits alone at home by his monitor, waiting for a sign, a signal from what or whom he doesn't know. Until one night, a mysterious woman named Trinity seeks him out and introduces him to that faceless character he has been waiting for. Morpheus.
I
A
never
messiah of sorts. Morpheus presents Neo with the truth about his world by shedding light on the dark secrets that have troubled him for so long. That's where the synopsis ends, but the dark secret is the world is fucking made up by computers.
Yeah,
Wow.
he
It's
lives in
a
a
computer
computer
game.
Yeah,
most shocking thing I found there was that Neo's real name is Thomas.
yeah Thomas
I don't recall
Anderson.
that at all.
Don't you remember
Mr. Anderson?
Mr.
I remember
Anderson.
Mr. Anderson.
Do you wish it was Thomas Anderson?
It was there.
Tom
Thomas.
Anderson.
So and that's also, I guess, why Hugo Weaving's in it.
Yeah,
He,
Aussie.
he was just a local. They
Yeah.
plucked him off the street.
Yeah.
Had he
Some
done much
He was a
before then?
busker. He was a busker on the street.
He was painting himself silver.
Street performer.
He was a silver man on the street.
Yeah, he's very good.
With a little harmonica in his mouth.
But
Yeah.
he was
Echoing
he was
the
doing
movements
that
he
character.
made.
He was doing the agent character on the street. Ah, Mr. Anderson.
If you like what you see, put money in my hat.
The Matrix, of course, begins in the minds of Lana and Lily Wachowski, born and raised in Chicago. They began
the Windy
Chi-town.
City.
Oh,
What do you call it?
Chi-town.
Tri-town.
Chai.
Tri-town.
on
Yeah.
account of all the tea they have in
Chai-tea. Chai-tea town. By the way,
I've
I
heard
had
it
a
called
chai
the
tea
Windy
other day.
City. I heard it called the Second City. Never
Yeah.
heard it called it
Chi-town?
Chi-town.
Some people derisively call it Chirac.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't like that.
No.
I like Chi-town, though.
Yeah,
Pretty cool.
Chi-town's nice.
Yeah, it sounds cool.
I like
the
Chicago.
original home of the Playboy Mansion.
Really?
Whoa, really?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh my god.
Oprah Winfrey, I don't know if you've heard of her. She's
Yes.
from in the neighborhood.
And Roger Ebert, the first film critic to make
Really?
it to the big time.
And Kanye West
Yes.
from Yeezus.
No shit.
Exactly. Chicago is home to many fascinating characters.
That's a big city.
It's a big city,
It's a windy city.
but it's a big city. Yet two of the people we mentioned, Roger Ebert and Oprah, once fucked.
What? Is that true?
Is that true?
They went on a date.
What?
Yeah, they
No
went on a
way.
date. Yeah,
There's
they
no way.
dated.
It's a big
Wow.
city, but
They did
it's a
it.
small world.
Yeah.
Do you reckon they did it?
Fucking hell.
I reckon they.
How many?
I reckon.
way.
That is hot.
He was horny. He was a horny
His
fella.
dick was the color purple, I heard. After that. That's a little
Wonder how
reference,
many
little
he
reference.
gave it out of 4.
Yeah. How many
you know?
stars?
Yeah, 2 thumbs up. I won't say where.
I can't picture that.
Well, you're not allowed to. You don't have to picture it.
What do you mean I'm allowed to?
Stop it.
I think I'm kidding. I'm allowed
I
to.
don't
Take the blue pill.
We're
Take
in
the
this
blue pill.
dystopian reality now.
Yeah.
Lexi's
I'm
brought
gonna
us there.
Google it.
Don't Google
I want
it.
to Google pictures
Google
of them
pictures.
together.
Fanfic, fan illustrations.
I think there's even clips where they talk about they dated.
Yeah, so we fucked.
Whoa, so Goddard is there? Well, shall I continue? I'm one
Hey,
sentence in.
Lexi,
Yeah.
please do go on.
Wow. To be hit with the title of the podcast, an honor. In 1993, the Wachowskis got their start in creative work as writers for a bunch of comics created by horror mastermind Clive Barker for Marvel Comics, most notably Ecto Kid, yet to join the Marvel Cinematic Universe, by the way. But by the mid-90s, they moved into screenwriting with the Sylvester Stallone versus Antonio Banderas action movie Assassins.
Oh, was that?
So that was a spec script that they wrote, and they sold it, and the studio were like, "This is the coolest shit I've ever seen in my
Really?
life. Let's put Sly in it. Let's put that hot little Bandera
That
in it."
little twink from Spain.
little Puss in Boots.
Yeah, let's get that Puss in Booth in there.
And then
You know,
Richard
the-
Donner, the director, was like, this script's fucking whack. Let's get some hack to write all over it
Oh,
again and
no.
crush it
They
out.
got rewritten.
Got butchered.
They
It
got
got
butchered.
butchered. They tried to get their name stricken from the record, and the movie currently sits at 16% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Not their fault.
And then
Wow.
in the you might also like section. So if they suggest if you like Assassins, then it suggests all these other movies that also are extremely rotten films.
Oh God!
I think
Like
you
what?
like all of them, Cameron.
Like, what
Kiss
is
the
that?
Girls, 33%. Morgan Freeman.
Yeah, I do like that. I love
Hard
any.
Rain.
Oh, I really like that. Hard Rain rocks.
Last Man Standing, the Bruce Willis one.
How are these rotten films? These are top tier shit.
Yeah, they suck.
That was my favorite genre of movie when I was a teenager. Was like, if you get Morgan Freeman as a detective solving a murder, I was pretty happy. I
Yeah.
was happy with that. So like
Ro-
3 movies.
Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves. Does that count?
No, not really. I mean, he is in that movie,
Yeah,
but yeah, I guess.
March of the Penguins. Does that count?
It's nice.
I guess he's
No.
investigating the lives of
Shawshank
penguins in that one.
Redemption.
Well,
Yeah,
he's the opposite of a detective. He's a
He's
criminal.
actually a crook in that one.
Matt, stop trying to impress the cinephiles, Matt. Come on.
Hey, I could list 3 films of any actor.
Well, the Wachowskis, having that experience making that film, getting it torn away from them, they decided that to become successful and to protect the vision, they would have to become auteurs themselves, writer directors, which leads them to writing a script for a little movie known as The Matrix.
Shit.
Yes.
That's
Didn't see that coming.
I didn't see that
It's their
coming.
directorial debut.
No, they had to make one movie to make to The Matrix because they wrote the script. Everyone's like, this is the best fucking thing I've ever read. It's crazy. My Lord, the first 40 to 50 pages are blowing my mind. And then after that, I'm extremely confused. I have no idea what's going on. They had
But
to.
I think it's cool.
We do think it's cool. We got to make this thing because we think it's cool. But they had to prove themselves as directors first to be able to direct that movie because no one can make that. If you write that script and give it to some hack, they're going to have no idea what to do.
I think the new Lord of the Rings show is just by two people that have never made anything before.
And it is cool. I've seen 2 episodes and I'm so cool about that show. It's awesome. They should have given it to me if they're giving it to nobody that has any actual credits. I got a couple. I made a podcast.
You worked on Show Me the Movie with Rove McManus.
Yeah, I worked on 2 cancelled Rove TV shows. Give me a shot at the big leagues. But they had to make a movie first to prove their worth, to prove their vision, to prove that they can be trusted with making a big feature film. That movie is Bound, a naughty little neo-noir classic. Cameron, can you tell people about what Bound is?
I've never seen Bound.
You would have seen Bound 2, though.
The song by Kanye West. I've seen that. The film clip with Kim Kardashian.
Yeah, on the motorbike.
Yeah, very sexy
what do you know
stuff.
about
Is that the sequel to this film?
Is it related to...
It's not related.
Okay.
It's not related.
Well, I know about Bound because it's one of those DVD covers that I would see at the video shop
DVD cover.
when I was a kid, and I never rented it. But if I had to guess what the plot was, it would be 2 beautiful women, maybe one played by Carla Gugino, perhaps.
I think Gina Gershon.
Yeah, why not? And another one played by someone else.
Joe Pantoliano.
I thought it was 2 chicks.
It is. It's 2 girls.
Okay.
I can't remember who the other person is, but it's a great little naughty
but
little neo-noir.
they're like, are they spies or something?
They're thieves.
Thieves.
They fall in love.
Surely we all get a go at guessing what the movie's about.
Yeah, of course. What do you think Bound is?
All right, 2 thieves.
Pretty
And
much.
You already knew that.
They're retired, but they can't get called back in for one last job.
Oh, I like that. I'd watch
My
that.
guess is it's 3 pets who somehow get separated from the family and have a wild journey.
I'd watch that too.
Isn't that Homeward Bound?
Yeah.
So that's the poster that I was thinking of. So it's
I have to
Gina
take off
Gershon
my- I have to
and
take off my-
Jennifer Tilly
Oh, it's got a bit of a Wild Things
It's a
vibe
bit
about
of
it.
a
Was it from the
sexy-
same era?
thing. It must be, right?
Yeah,
Early
1996.
96.
Corky, a tough female ex-convict working on an apartment renovation in Chicago building, meets a couple living
Chi-town.
next door, Caesar, a paranoid mobster, and Violet, his seductive girlfriend, who is immediately attracted to her. So it's one of the first movies to feature touching between 2 ladies.
One of the first films.
I actually don't
And
know
it
if
was
that's
the
true.
90s.
But it was the
Wow.
first one to do so, essentially.
Wow.
Right.
And did that finally break down the Deschanel thing? Or
The
whatever
Zoe
it's called?
Deschanel test.
What's it called again? Bechdel test.
The
Bechamel
Bechdel test.
test.
Bechamel.
The Bechdel test
Fucking
actually
hell.
didn't exist back then.
I was trying to get it right.
The Deschanel.
Oh, no.
But that movie is like a cult success, a cult hit, and it gives them the edge to finally go in and turn that script called The Matrix into a movie called The Matrix. They make the jump from $5 million picture to $100 million picture.
That's a jump.
big
That's a jump.
Big old leap. And it happens more now, but back then, extremely rare for
Does
such
that
a thing to
feel
happen.
like what you've done with Finding Drago up to Finding Jesus?
Wow.
Is it that
Yes.
kind of a leap for you?
Is your budget 20 times bigger?
A budget jump from $20,000 to maybe $60,000.
That is a pretty big jump.
It's a leap.
$60,000?
Yeah, maybe.
Well,
it was,
I don't
maybe
know.
it was
We're not
around
going to
that
put the
mark.
rec
Yeah,
on the
I don't
record.
know.
What
I
the
don't know.
money we
you
got.
It might have
Yes.
been more than that.
You
Yes.
could have got a little deposit on a 1-bedroom in Sydney for
Imagine
something
if we
like that.
extorted Screen Australia.
Yeah, 1 bedroom in someone else's house.
But that's that period there where they're sort of like they come off
Mm-hmm.
negative experience with Assassins. They have a bit of a sleeper, cheap hit with Bound. Then they start pitching to get financing on The Matrix. They've still only made one small budget movie, so they have to sell themselves in the room. And this is something I really like about their story, is that they approach every pitch meeting as if they are actors in a play, and they come in and they kind of perform their movie for executives.
Good day there.
Oh, Mr. Anderson.
It is kind of like a one-man show vibe where they kind of like describe the script, because the script is so different to everything else being made. It's an action-heavy script, and usually in action in a script, they're just like, oh, the cavalry comes in and takes over the freaking fortress or whatever. But here they're like, you see them run across the walls, and like they really go into detail. So people reading it having no idea what's going on, so they have to act it out. They also get comic book artists they collaborated with on Ecto Kid, the Marvel cinematic, yet to be made into a cinematic thing. But Cameron and I are trying to pitch for Ecto Kids. We're trying to get an Ecto Kid movie made.
Jess is in terms of our podcast, our biggest Marvel fan. Have you heard of Ecto Kid?
Yeah.
What?
And he's awesome.
No follow-up questions. Because I'm also trying to...
You're working on an Ecto Kid project.
Yeah, but I want to play
of
Ecto
course.
Kid.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
God.
So I'm just sort of thinking, like, I don't really know what age range I can play.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know what
I
my
aged
lower...
out of being able to be Ecto Kid.
Is
I
it-
have to be Ecto Dad now if I do it.
I got Botox to try and play Ecto
Yeah,
Kid.
yeah.
Yeah, they only put it into my nose.
You look great.
Thank you so much.
Your nose looks so pretty.
Why would
So
they put it
useful.
into my nose?
They only put the Botox
Yeah,
into my nose.
Your nose is looking tight.
That's
really
a really
nice.
tight nose. I can
I'd
barely
say
breathe.
it's a youthful nose,
Thank you
Very
so
useful
much.
nose.
It whistles when I try to be silent.
But how old is Ecto Kid? Because in a way, aren't we all kids?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Great
We're
point.
kids of someone. My
Exactly
dad, my
right.
mum.
Yeah. and my dad and my mum.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
We're not
So-
related, believe it or not.
Not yet.
But this
What does that mean?
who
What do
knows?
you mean
We
by
could
that?
have cousins that marry. That's what we're saying. We
Yeah.
don't know.
You don't know.
No one knows what the future
No one
holds in this
knows.
room.
Alexei could marry my mum and be my stepdad.
Exactly.
Oh my
And then
God.
we would be related in law.
Yeah.
And in
And by
life.
the by. The law of man and law of God will unite us.
Would you adopt me?
Of course I would,
Okay.
darling. This family means so much to me. How else would I show that I'm part of it?
See, it's that easy.
Are you going to call him Dad?
No, Papa.
Yeah, Papa.
Are you going to
that's
say the
what I would like.
Toliopoulos name?
Yeah, would you take my name if I adopt you?
Jess Toliopoulos.
Oh, fuck.
Jeff
That's a good
Toliopoulos.
name.
Oh, I like
Yeah,
it.
I
that's
like it.
a
Strong
nice
name.
I like it.
Yeah, strong nose for a strong-nosed family. You also have to take Botox to the nose to look more like me.
Jess, your nose looking a little floppy for a
Oh,
Toliopoulos.
We got those tight, whistly schnozzers in my family.
In our family.
Oh, thank you so much. That was the first test and you
Yeah.
passed it. Thank goodness. But this script for The Matrix is so wacky and confusing to even give it to the actors. To Keanu Reeves, they said, before you read the script, we're giving you 3 books.
You have to read
Oh my
3
God.
books.
Oh my
And the
God.
books are Simulacra and Simulation by Jean Baudrillard, a philosophy book.
Imagine that.
Out of Control, The New Biology of Machines, Social Systems and the Economic World by Kevin Kelly, an editor of Wired.com, the website and magazine, and Evolutionary Psychology. And then he could read the scripts. And he
Homework.
freaking loved it.
Did Jan
not
de
the-
Bont have the same requirements for speed?
Yeah.
And for Twisters, he's like,
Yeah.
"Why don't you gotta read all these weather books?"
That's why Sean Connery said no. He got Out of Control. He's like, no, thank you. I shan't do this.
So imagine just like going for an action movie. They're like, your agent's like, great news. They want you to be in this action movie. You get to do stunts and fire guns and shit. The bad news is they want you to read French philosophy.
Yeah.
3 fucking books about it,
And
actually.
then, do you have to do a test at the end to prove you've read it?
I guess
'Cause
so.
otherwise you just say, yeah, I read it.
Because they made, the story goes that they made all the main cast read these books and some of the crew. So like the DOP and shit like that.
The best
I don't
boy is
imagine
furious.
the best boy. I
Yeah.
can't imagine the best
The
boy.
gaffer.
Yeah.
The grip probably doesn't
The
have
grip
to read
probably
it.
not. The gaffer might, because he's in
Yeah.
charge of the electronics and lighting department.
Yeah.
So he would need to go, okay.
And the art department probably have to have a read. But apparently Carrie-Anne Moss is the only one who was like, I didn't read it. I just lied.
Because this is pre-audible as well. So
Yeah,
you
yeah.
have to turn the pages
Or
yourself.
at least get a book on tape.
Oh,
Or
yeah,
if
good point.
if you're
I
a
forgot
celeb,
cassette
you get
books.
someone to read it for
Yeah.
you.
Or even like the character George Costanza from Seinfeld, pretend that you're blind and get someone to read it to you over the phone. In one of my favorite episodes of Seinfeld,
That's a possibility.
called The Book on Tape, I think.
Now, what's Seinfeld about, Alexei?
Seinfeld follows the chronicles of Jerry Seinfeld.
It's a bit of a show about nothing, I've heard.
Can't believe we haven't done an episode on it yet.
Mm.
I mean, I would have thought we would get to that before The Matrix.
Wow, The Matrix holds many secrets, some that many would consider quite unnatural.
Oh.
Oh my goodness.
Yes, such as Jeff Darrow, comic book artist of the cult classic Hardboiled, became the first concept artist, and his images helped translate the movie from their ideas into reality. Interesting facts for you guys. But this brings us into the pre-production where design really takes shape and where design becomes important in making The Matrix the classic that it is of the year 1999. The production designer Owen Patterson, who is a Sydney-sider, and Kim Barrett, a costume designer, also a Sydney-sider, they decide to make the two worlds that are represented in The Matrix, the real world of kind of crazy stuff out there in the future with robots and sentinels and all that stuff, to be very...
Oh, sorry. Your mic just cut out.
Oh my God.
We should also say, while Alexei's testing his mic out there might be some spoilers in this episode. So if you haven't seen The Matrix yet, maybe pause now, go watch the trilogy or the quadrilogy.
And play the video game.
Play the video games.
And watch the Animatrix.
Watch the Animatrix.
And watch Squid Boy or whatever the thing was based on.
Yeah, you may as well read Ecto Boy.
Ecto Boy, sorry.
Ecto Boy, the
and you got to read those 3 books as well.
Yes.
Before you watch The Matrix, read those 3 books. Is my mic good?
You're good.
Wow, okay. Let's get back to Owen Patterson and Kim Barrett in the world of The Matrix, which is the made-up and fake-believe world that looks like Sydney, Australia. There are grids everywhere in The Matrix and tones of greens in the costumes and structures on set, and all the costumes are designed to pick up the color green when light is hit in it. So that's a beautiful little detail to kind of bring that digital world to life. And then the actual real life world, which is set in the future and everything looks kind of like
fuck ugly.
Really ugly and rusty and stuff. But they have soft textures in the clothes instead of the hard latex and leather they have in the fake world. And blue colors, they avoid green at all costs, except for the green codes on the monitors, which is where one would enter the Matrix.
The zeros and ones sort of thing.
The zeros
so
and ones.
In one world, there's green lights, and the other, there's no green lights.
No green.
Was your monthly comedy room green lights comedy an homage to this?
Of course it was. The Matrix is all around us, especially when you're in Sydney, Australia, the home of The Matrix. But I have been in the home of The Matrix itself. Owen Patterson, the production designer, I'm close friends of his daughter. And I've been to their house where they have heaps of Matrix memorabilia. There was one time I went to their home and it was a beautiful home. It was a party. I had taken some illicit materials.
Okay. What did you take?
What are we talking
I
about?
dropped something.
Laxatives.
I dropped my guts. I took a hot dose of some illegal laxatives that I imported.
Dropped a dose and dropped a deuce.
Double dose of lax.
I did a double dose of laxatives to go bottoms up and bottoms out.
You're just wandering Owen's house looking for a bathroom.
That is actually the next part of the story. I was wandering the house looking for a bathroom, and the family had secluded themselves from the rascally young partygoers.
How old were you at this point?
I would have been 19 years old. I would have been 19 years old.
So it's a house party of 19-year-olds, and the rest of the family are like, we'll go into a separate room and let the kids have their fun.
They're in the living room, and I'm trying to find a bathroom. I open the door to the living room by accident, and I see them there all watching TV. What should be on the TV? They're all watching The Matrix.
Whoa.
They're all watching The Matrix.
They watch it every weekend.
But they weren't watching it on DVD or Blu-ray. They have heaps of copies of it. They're watching on free-to-air TV with ad breaks.
That's so strange. That's a real weird thing to walk in on.
Yeah. So I think that's
It would
the
have
way
been
you're meant
less
to
weird
watch
if you
it.
walked in on like a fuck party or something.
Yeah, like walking into Paul McCartney's house and he's listening to a Beatles record or something.
But with a guy go, now that was Paul McCartney of Wings in his previous band, The Beatles. Yeah, so that was pretty whack. I think about that often.
Yeah. That's odd.
Yeah, but I love that part of my life.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's the thing about living in Sydney. You and Cam are living so close to the heart of this beautiful story.
Man, you can walk past locations of it. I walked past the bridge where Neo... I walk under the bridge where Neo gets that little
Chili pepper
robot
stuff.
thing in him. Under the bridge, chili pepper stuff. I'm looking for heroin. And laxatives.
If you find any laxatives, let me know.
I walk under that bridge where Neo gets a little robot thing put in him and then sucked out of his belly button most days. And every time I go, I should take a photo of this bridge because one day it won't be here and this is special.
Yeah.
Special moment.
Can you please take a photo for us next time you're walking under that bridge?
Definitely.
Buying heroin.
Yes.
Take a photo of
Blur
a guy.
out your dealer's face if you need to.
I'll wear a wire. And,
Well, one of the other things that makes The Matrix so fascinating and why it's last as a classic, holding its cult status, is that it has very unique fight choreography. This, of course, comes from Yuen-Wo Ping, a fight choreographer who made his bones directing Jackie Chan in his breakout hits Drunken Master and Snake in the Eagle's Shadow, which both have interesting scenes where a guy gets his balls ripped off. Whoa. Yeah.
Is that his trademark?
Well, you've seen The Matrix. I'm sure you've seen that scene happen.
When you bring up Jackie Chan, I think as three proud Melburnians, we got to bring up, I can't remember the name of it, but Jackie Chan actually filmed a movie in Melbourne once.
No More Mr. Nice Guy.
Yes, there it is.
Yes. He's also a Canberran.
You're jealous.
He's Canberra.
Oh,
He's from
jealous.
Canberra. I'm jealous,
Sorry,
of course.
what? Jackie Chan's from Canberra? What?
Yeah. He's from Canberra.
What are you talking about?
He went to school in Canberra and stuff. His
What?
parents opened a restaurant there.
Are you serious?
Yeah. Should we change it
You're
mid-topic
fucking
and I'll go
lying,
Jackie
dude.
Chan
There's
from
no way
Canberra?
that's true.
What?
Look it up.
I've heard that.
Yeah.
He's got some
I
big
thought he was
Aussie
from
connection.
Hong Kong.
I knew
Well,
he had an Aussie connection, but there's no way he's from
He's
Canberra.
from Canberra, the nation's
Born
capital.
and bred in Canberra?
ACT.
Why aren't
Actor
Canberrians telling us
Chan.
this at every
Tom
opportunity?
Chan.
I can't. No, he's not born there. He's born in Hong Kong.
Look up Command F Canberra or ACT.
How do you
these
think
things.
Canberra became the capital?
Oh, good point.
Oh,
Jackie
that makes
Chan.
sense.
Jackie Chan punched his way.
I just can't. All right, look, I'm just going to quickly command F.
Has he at least visited? Give Lexi
He's
something.
been there. He's been there, done that.
Has he been to the
Canberra.
War Memorial?
Okay, yeah, okay. So his
Beautiful.
parents moved to Australia in the 70s.
Really?
Jackie Chan joined them in Australia in 1976, where he briefly attended Dixon College and worked as a construction worker.
Well, there you go.
There you
Wow.
go.
I can't believe we claim
He
Russell
got his
Crowe.
name Jackie here in Australia.
Yeah.
He was just called
There you
Jack,
go.
and Aussies called him Jackie.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
What the fuck is
the
going
fuck?
on?
I
Am
t-
I in the Matrix?
You get 2 reports in one on this
Phil was
episode.
taking the red pill.
Yeah, this is insane.
I
Yeah.
voted blue. I knew I couldn't handle it.
Holy
This
shit.
is crazy.
I cannot believe. Why
Yeah.
aren't we prouder of... We're proud of any bullshit.
Yeah.
We're proud of
Exactly.
New Zealand racehorses.
Yeah, that's
who
true.
lived here for a bit.
That's why I
Yeah.
Why
always
are we
claim
proud of
Jackie
Jackie
as
Chan?
Aussie.
Well, you
He's one of
gotta
the
claim-
great
Holy
Aussie actors.
shit.
One of the great Aussie.
He's one of the great
His-
Aussie
His
actors.
stint on Neighbours was legendary.
I was
The
proud that he
Matrix is a
briefly
great
made
Aussie
a
film.
film here. I didn't know he fucking
He's from
lived
here,
here.
dude.
Jesus.
Thank God they called him Jackie and not like
Oh my-
Jacko or something.
Jacko Chan.
he worked as a construction worker. He
Yeah.
probably built some of our most famous buildings.
Holy
Oh
shit, maybe he
my
built
God.
that bridge you
Old
walk
Old
under.
Parliament House. Yeah.
I think he built the slide at Questacon.
That's a national treasure.
He built
and we thank him
Cockington
for that.
Green, I heard.
Thank you, Jackie.
Wow. I don't know if you're going to be able to top that.
I know.
Yeah, that's
I
really
blew
good.
my
And that was
freaking
a-
wad. I blew my whole wad.
That
You
was
just
off
blow
the
your
cuff.
wad on a side note.
Yeah.
That was off the cuff. I should have. Jackie Chan, one of Hong Kong's most exciting stars from Rush Hour 1, 2, and of course, Rush Hour 3. But
Man, I
anyway.
love those Rush Hour movies as a kid.
Oh, yeah.
still
Or
love
whenever
them.
they came out, probably
They
when
rock.
I was quite old. I don't know.
Yeah, how old are you?
I'm hundreds of years old on
Well,
this
it
podcast.
would have
Isn't
come out when you were 108, probably.
And isn't that interesting, though, that you were like, when I was a kid, but you were probably an adult. And that's why I think I should be able to play
Ecto
Ecto
Kid.
Kid.
Yeah, that's a
Yes.
good point.
Get her in. Get her
a
in.
kid is really a state of mind.
Yeah.
That's so true.
You don't have to sell us on this concept. We're not
Okay, great.
in charge of Ecto Kid.
Right.
You know,
You've
Yeah.
got some connection to it, though. Let's be honest.
that's
Tam.
true.
You're a
I do
producer.
I do have a stake in Ecto
Yeah.
Kid.
Yeah, he
I'm a
did.
co-creator of the character.
Well, anyway, this guy, Yuen Wo-ping, he trained all the actors to do kung fu, which is a form of martial arts. And the Wachowskis put 4 months in the schedule for training. Ping thought 2 would be more than enough. 2 months. That's all he thought it would take. But then after the first day of training, he saw the actors, saw they couldn't even really punch and start to freak out. He said that he became quite concerned, and after the first day, he switched to starting with exercises to just build their strength. And he needed to utilize those full 2 months because just before training begun, Keanu Reeves had a 2-level spinal fusion.
Oh, shit.
And when you see him training in the documentaries, he's always wearing a neck brace.
That's true. He's got a neck brace on in all the training
I thought he was
scenes.
wooden because of just like acting skills.
No, it's a spinal issue. Spinal injury.
He's had a spinal fusion, a level 2 spinal fusion.
Why?
It actually must have been insane to be an actor on this movie and be like, all right, so I've got to read these 3 philosophy books and then do 4 months of boot camp.
What's
to learn
wearing a
leadership.
neck brace?
Yeah, what the fuck?
But imagine you come in going, I'm going to teach him kung fu, and you're like, I have to take him back to exercise.
Yeah, I
Like,
gotta show
you
them
couldn't
how.
go any further back than that.
I know. The poor guy, because he's used to working with actual martial artists. And then he comes in and it's Hugo Weaving.
And they all made the decision. They were like, it looks way better when it's the actors doing it rather than stunt doubles. It needs to look and feel real because it's such an integral part of the movie. And then Yuen Wo-ping found everyone's strengths and their style and kind of stylized their choreography around the
that's
strengths he
awesome.
Around their
identified.
personalities.
That's so cool.
And so this is what he says about each of the 4 primary leads. Carrie-Anne Moss has a beautiful feminine figure. Her beauty flows with her jump, bounce, and walk. That's her strength.
Jump,
her
bounce,
movements.
jiggle, correct.
Her movements have an essence of beauty.
She's a very perky vibe.
Everyone's strength. Hers is walking.
Yeah, I
She's
really hope that
watching her walk
this
away.
doesn't stand out as being awful when you read out the next 3.
Well, the rest are a little less poetic, a little bit shorter to the point. Lawrence, as in Lawrence Fishburne, was born good at bouncing and jumping.
Okay.
That was his whole observation of him. Keanu is very diligent. He always wants to do things better. And Hugo's movements are very strong, clean, and precise. He's like a robotic man, very powerful. So you must have seen him busking on the street as a superboy.
Yeah, I think it's like I watched the documentary, the Matrix Revisited.
Great picture, 2 hours long.
It's just a 2-hour long behind the scenes montage. Essentially, there's no story to the documentary. It's 2 hours of montage, and he basically says, Keanu, he's tenacious, so I focused on that. Lawrence, powerful, I focused on that. Hugo, precise, focused on that. Carrie-Anne Moss, she's a woman.
Oh my God.
She's graceful. She's very pretty. So focus on that. But when you watch the movie, Carrie-Anne Moss is like the best in it. She does all the cool shit. She gets to run up the walls, does that cool famous kick that everyone copied.
She's badass.
And
She's
so,
badass.
and she has boobs while she's doing all these
she's
things.
got tits as well. Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
And she's wearing heels.
That's good.
Yeah.
That makes me feel represented.
Yeah. Well,
To
that's
express.
that's good.
That brings us to one of the most ultimate and exciting advances in technology that the Matrix brings to the dawn of cinema at this time, the dawn of the new millennium. We are talking about bullet time.
No.
Wait, what does that mean?
Bullet time is a technique that the Matrix really made cool and exciting and famous. Cameron, do you want to tell us what bullet time is and how
Sure.
it works?
I don't have any notes in front of me, so this is just purely from my.
The dome, the
I was gonna-
consciousness.
Purely from the
as you
dome.
put it in late 90s parlance, top of the dome.
Yeah, straight from the dome.
Cameron's going to glean the cube with this one.
Hits from the bong. Another 90s reference. So bullet time, if you've seen the movies, the Matrix movies, you know the parts where it kind of slows down and Neo like leans backwards and bullets whiz past him, or
They whiz.
Carrie-Anne Moss's character Trinity jumps up and does that cool kick and the camera like spins around her in slow-mo while she's hanging in the air. That is a technique called bullet time that was never really used before. This maybe a couple of times was used in advertising and music videos.
There's a
and
few
stuff.
times that they kind of, not in this way, where it was kind of pioneered before that. Michel Gondry, the French director, and his effects company Buff, pioneered bullet time in some photography in music videos, like the Rolling Stones cover of Like a Rolling Stone, directed by Michel Gondry. Weird music video. Everyone's faces is like warping around and stuff.
So the way it's done is in the Matrix, the way that they did it is they set up 100 still cameras, like normal camera. You know, it takes a still image.
Yeah, like an SLR type thing.
SLR,
Yeah.
DSLR probably. Digital.
Maybe
Probably
99 could have been a regular
Could
SLR.
have been an SLR.
Yeah.
Could have just been
No,
an
no,
SLR.
I think it was important you put him up there. And I appreciate that you did.
Yeah. I mean, they could have been disposable cameras
I
back
had
then.
to assert some authority over this thing that I'm making up. They use 100 cameras in a circle that take still images around the actors, and then those are all stitched together to kind of animate like as a fucking movie. They turn it into a movie from stills.
And then usually it's like a semicircle, and on the end of each end of that semicircle, there's like a motion regular film camera that will pick up the start and end of that movement. So that way they've got like the full 180 or 360 degree image.
The reason we know a little bit about this is because we've actually worked with the bullet time rig. We hired one for Finding Yeezers. They're really expensive.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
Like, is it still the same technology
Yeah.
where it's 100
Yeah,
cameras?
well, we couldn't afford the full 100. We got 50.
Yeah, we got like 50 or
We
something.
got 50 cameras because it was you pay per camera.
And we only got a deal because we said Auntie Donna would do socials for the company that
so
applies it out.
Auntie Donna also filmed some stuff on it that they'll use on their website, and then when Auntie Donna were finished, we were like, whoosh, and just jumped
let's
in
do
there
our opening
and did
title
our stuff
sequence.
the way you've
That's
seen.
so cool.
But it looks
I can't
cool.
believe that Arnie Donna have more pull with this company than you two.
Well, Auntie Donna are a successful, famous sketch group.
We are underground cult
We're two
favorites.
dipshits, yeah.
I like how you referred to The Matrix as a cult hit before.
Yeah.
$100 million film.
Yeah, I don't
that
think it's a
made
really-
hundreds
It's a
of
cult.
millions of dollars.
It's a cult hit.
It's inspired a cult.
Its cult is the worldwide popular satellite. But it's interesting going through Bullet Time and researching it. It's so interesting how that technology has kind of always been around, or the thoughts of it has always been around, even before cinema and film existed. A very famous image of the horse in motion from the 1870s that we've all seen.
If you've seen the movie Nope, you've seen it recently
It's
as well.
quite prominent in there, which is just a row of cameras on a track set up to record the motion and passing of time of that horse moving across the track. And then lineage of film techniques like this are kind of like used in Sam Peckinpah's The Wild Bunch, which uses slow motion gunfights with squibs exploding. And then John Woo in his slow motion action movies of the 80s and 90s, dubbed Heroic Bloodshed, like Hard Boiled and A Better Tomorrow, also use that slow motion technique. And this kind of like blends those two together to create Bullet Time.
It's essentially a flip book kind of technique, really, like
Or a
taking a bunch of
zoetrope.
stills. A zoetrope, yeah. Is that the thing where it's a candle in the middle and like the light spins around it?
Or you like spin the thing and just look through a little crack in it and you're like, okay, the horse is running.
How boring was fucking
I
entertainment
love that stuff.
back in the
I
before
watched the
TV?
movie, and you two might not have heard of it. It's because it's pretty underground.
Okay.
It's called 3,000 Years of Longing the other day.
I've seen
Cult
it.
hit.
In it, have you seen it?
Yeah, I've seen it.
Is that what that thing is? That the girl from the past who came up with great inventions?
I believe she uses zoetrope, I think.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That's the first time I'd seen it. It was this week. What are the odds of that?
Yeah, so without that,
One
we'd
in a
have no
million,
bullet
I'd
time.
have to say. One in a freaking million. And the other thing that you kind of mentioned, Cameron, is there was a commercial, a Smirnoff vodka campaign, also directed by Michel Gondry, that has this kind of slow motion effect of bullets flying through, would you believe it, bottles of vodka and stuff.
Right.
But I rewatched that commercial and it looks so much like The Matrix, especially the new movie Matrix Resurrection, sorry.
Oh my God.
So sorry.
Dave's
sorry.
got a great skill in turning any movie title, and you can test him at any point.
Oh, God.
Wow.
He can turn any film into the porn parody. And I
Yeah,
think you've
you
just
just did it
you've
there.
just done the
Wow.
resurrection.
You've already done it.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, that's exciting.
Yeah, I mean, if you think of a movie at any point during the rest of the episode, please test it
Okay,
out.
I'm
On
looking for Alabrandi.
Come on, Dave.
Hooking.
I would say,
Oh, I see now.
Yeah.
Don't. We are on Cam's turf here,
yeah,
Dave.
it's a Sydney
Back
movie too.
in Melbourne, you are the man at turning
You would have
films into porn.
snapped that one
Oh,
right
you're
up,
into
but we are
Yeah.
on my home turf, so
Yeah.
I did go.
I'm a little bit embarrassed in front of you, to be
Yeah.
honest.
Yeah,
I would have said looking for anal badly, but whatever.
that's disgusting.
Yeah, I'm a creep. I'm a weirdo.
What the hell am I doing here? I don't belong here.
But this bullet time technique has been parodied countless times by the release of the second film in the Matrix franchise, Matrix Reloaded. The bullet time effect had even been
Matrix
spoofed
Reloaded. Can you do anything with that?
Matrix, fresh loads have come.
Matrix Reloaded.
Okay, that's better.
It's going. I was going to say Matrix full loaded.
Oh, that's good too. That's good too.
No, I like Reloaded.
Now, what is that movie
I just got
about?
my dick rechoded, actually.
Bullet time around the show.
Yeah. Reloaded is when you get Botox to the dick.
Well, that's my dick reach.
I got dick lipo as soon as I got money. That was my first. You know how people say when I got money, I get splashed out on a jag. When I first got money, I got my dick lipoed and then I got a reshoot.
I would de-showed
When they came back into vogue.
Jones are back. I gotta get re-showed.
When shows came back in vogue.
Yeah, the Wachowski said to Keanu, "Look, you can be in the movie, but you will have to have a show."
We will have to give you. We'll have to re-showed you.
Aging Dr. Chode. I'm demanding a re-showing immediately. They say you can only get re-showed once in life. Very dangerous.
That whole effect, that whole spinning around effect was parodied so much.
Oh yeah,
right?
it's in everything.
But it's amazing it's still being parodied. It was parodied in the most recent Space Jam film. Still.
Really?
I don't know, I'm still doing Matrix.
It's like a 20-year-old movie.
Yeah, I know. It's so weird, isn't it? But it's still...
It's crazy,
I
right?
haven't seen that, so I'm
You saw the
assuming
trailer.
It was
has
in
been.
everything. I remember within a year of The Matrix coming out, it was in like Deuce Bigelow, Male Gigolo. There's a whole
fantastic film.
Yeah.
Fantastic piece of cinema.
yeah, great.
Between the first two films.
Juice bigger blow.
Wow, okay.
Space Ram.
Okay,
Here we
he's
go.
back.
See?
Okay,
He's
we've got a
back.
few.
See what I was talking
That's
about?
jet lag. He's finally on our
For a
side.
little while there, I felt like the guy who'd recommended a film and you're watching it with those people and everyone's going, this film sucks. That's what I felt like when I said Dave could do porn parodies.
Yeah, this film sucks.
Well, in between the first two Matrix films, it was parodied in 20 different movies and spoofs, including Kung Pao
Spoofs,
Enter the
Dave? Anything to
Fifth,
do with that?
Shrek, and Charlie's Angels.
Oh, yeah, Donkey did. I think Donkey did it, didn't he?
Or in Princess Fiona did it. And I remember seeing Shrek in the cinema and
Idiot.
being like,
felt
how
metaphor
dare
was
they
on there.
mock the Matrix in this? Anyway, the Matrix was filmed in the country Australia,
Yes.
a nation girt by sea and haunted by its own history that I shan't go into.
Aussie, Aussie, Aussie.
Ahoy, hoy, hoy.
Is that what you think it is? Ahoy, hoy,
Ahoy, hoy. But they chose Australia for economic reasons,
We are
tax
cheap.
rebates,
Very cheap.
etc. Allow me to go into the taxation history of the Matrix. But it's also being such a long way away gave them a little bit more chance to hide away from the studio executives to get a little bit more artistic integrity and autonomy over the movie. The shooting begins with a Buddhist blessing on the set on the first day, and Keanu's neck didn't quite fuse, so they had to rearrange the schedule to offload the physical stuff towards the end of the shoot and allow him time to heal his neck. So, yep, that's tough stuff.
Do we know how he injured the neck?
I don't know.
Giving head. No, I think he said he slipped in the shower.
Yeah.
Oh,
But that's
What was
what
he
you
up to
would
with
say.
this?
fake.
Yeah.
That sounds
What he was
fake.
up to in the show, we shan't know.
Yes.
Not part of this. Many of Sydney's iconic structures like the Harbour Bridge and the Opera House are blocked in the movie with new structures hiding them so the city cannot be identified by its beautiful iconography.
Is it is it set in a certain time?
It's set anywhere in the
Anywhere?
1990s.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be any city in the world, but if you are an Australian, you can spot Australian street signs, phone booths.
The climax
banks.
of the film, you can see the Telstra logo at almost all times at the top of
Yeah.
that sky
No
skyline.
kidding.
Yeah, it's kind of fun, and especially like if you know your Sydney, you know that they're shooting in the CBD. That's Martin Place. I know that's St James Station. You know all the areas.
The girl in the red dress walks by Martin Place, and all the other characters in that girl in the red dress scene, all the little extras are twins. They get twins to dress them up in the same costumes to kind of give you the idea of like everything's being generated and be a computer glitch. Wow. Yeah, beautiful stuff. Really thoughtful movie. Lots of cool ideas in The Matrix.
Yeah, it just feels like a bit of a negative use of twins to me. Like,
How would you use them?
I just feel like twins aren't a glitch. I think twins are just human beings.
They are creepy though, yeah?
They're strange, especially when they talk their own language.
Yeah.
Alexei and I speak a twin language.
Yeah. We share the womb for several months making finding
We were dating the
users.
same woman.
Oh my god.
Has anyone ever said that before? We share
That might be a new bit. That might be a new bit. That might be a new bit.
We shared the womb when we were dating this. Oh my god, that is sickening. I've had 2 beers.
And I've had 12 and I'm fine. Let me tell you about the most difficult sequence to shoot while making The Matrix. There's a sequence during a subway set. They had to build the subway at the old wheat silos that are next to the Anzac Bridge, which is where I used to go drinking underage as a teenager. So I have many memories associated to The Matrix and the use of illicit illegal substances.
Laxatives. So you used to go shit yourself, yeah?
Me and all my friends would take all these laxatives and go shit underneath.
Last one to
Anzac
shit.
Bridge.
Last one to shit losers.
It's a real Sydney thing.
We love to drop those L's, you know? That's what we say. We drop those L's and drop those trouts and see what goes on. At the beginning of shooting of this sequence, the Wachowskis were sick. They were working during summer and they were still wearing huge coats because they had high fevers. And then because of this sequence, because set in that subway scene, this is like debris has fallen everywhere, and Keanu Reeves and Hugo Weaving's, they have to make contact when they fight so the dust will fly off their costumes. So it's one of the most intense fight scenes as well, where they actually have to hit each other. And Hugo Weaving said, strangely, he actually prefers punching rather than receiving the punches. He said it's much harder to take the hits. I was like, yeah, brother. What do you mean? You're saying that like that's the weird thing to say. It's the most normal reaction. Of
It's actually
course.
crazy. A bit of a hot take of mine. Is that
He's an interesting guy.
love to throw punches, but I don't enjoy
I
copping
like
them.
it when it comes back my way.
Yeah, I don't like it when he punched me.
Yeah, I love to give. I cannot take.
Yeah.
Please stop. But let me come in for another one. Let me go for
I
one.
love to eat. I hate washing up.
Him coming in and being like, I cannot wait to punch Keanu in the face.
It's going to be so fun. I'm going to hit him robotic style like I'm known to do. But in this sequence as well, Chad Stahelski, who is Keanu Reeves' double, and they kind of think of this performance as a collaboration between the two actors where he fills the gaps that Keanu can't quite do. He suffers many injuries from a sequence where he is thrown up into the roof of the subway, where he breaks his knee, breaks his ribs, and dislocates his shoulder. So then he is replaced by another double called Darko Tuscan, who
Cool
then
name.
also is injured when a hydraulic puller machine forces him through a breakable wall.
Hey, just a quick sidebar on Chad Stahelski. He is a very cool dude.
Very
cool
fella.
dude. Very handsome dude.
Hunk.
Like, you're doubling for Keanu. You look like a babe.
Yeah.
Right? He's the stunt double for Keanu on this. By the second and third film, he's graduated to stunt coordinator.
Yeah.
Oh.
He
After that,
co-works.
he starts being an assistant director and a second unit director for other movies. And man, now, do you know what he does? He writes and directs the John Wick movies,
No.
starring
Shit.
Keanu Reeves.
That's sick.
How cool is that? And he's in The Matrix 4, by the way. He plays a character called Chad in that, and he's Carrie Ann Moss's husband.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
that's
good.
so cool.
That is
He
good.
is so hot.
He's a really handsome dude.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and he
he
still
can
does
take
stunts and shit like. He's just
So he looks like Keanu,
Yeah.
but he can act and stuff. That's wild. Saying
And
Keanu
direct, and write.
direct.
Yeah.
And Keanu's just trying to find other roles for me. He's like, please, no, I mean, I've got
maybe be a
I've got
director
lot of-
or something. Yeah, just go. This is my thing, dude.
He's threatened.
Yeah, maybe make a franchise.
Gosh, how
maybe
hot-
redefine action cinema. or
How hot
something.
do you have to be to threaten Keanu?
I know. He's a really handsome guy. It's
really
insane.
handsome. If you put them together, God, you have a great weekend.
You're getting real horny on this episode.
Yeah, well, you had a few beers, had a few laxatives. Who knows? One thing that is very interesting to know as well is because The Matrix is such like a big philosophical movie, it's open to so many different interpretations. And there's one interpretation that we should talk about before we wrap things up, which is a modern take on The Matrix, which is The Matrix as a trans allegory. Because since the movie came out, the Wachowski siblings have both come out as trans. And in the original script of The Matrix, a very beloved character called Switch, played by Australian actress Belinda McClory, was a trans character. In the real world, the character is masculine, and when they enter the Matrix, they are a feminine character. And that was something that was changed because, you know, people couldn't quite understand what was going on. But Lily Wachowski has discussed the film as always being about identity and the desire for transformation, but was all coming from a closeted perspective from both sisters. Lily talks about her and Lana while writing the film, not really knowing how present their trans identities were back in the back of their minds. But she talks about existing in a space where the words or terminology didn't quite exist yet, and they always lived in a world of imagination, and that's why they're so drawn to genre storytelling and sci-fi and fantasy. So it's kind of like the new interpretation of The Matrix is this trans allegory about their identities that they were yet to figure out and come out with.
That's
It's
really
beautiful.
cool, yeah.
So I mean, once you know that, it's hard to not see that when you watch The Matrix now.
Yeah.
Totally. And if you've seen The Matrix 4, they explicitly state that quite a bit in the movie. There's a scene in the... I don't want to spoil it, but there is a scene in The Matrix 4 where people sit around and discuss what the Matrix movies are about.
What?
The Matrix Resurrections is kind of like Gremlins 2, the new batch, or
It's
even
set in a world where the Matrix exists.
Really?
As a
So it's
video
almost
game.
like a Scream sort of thing.
Kind of.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And there's a
wow.
bit where there's all these characters going, for me, The Matrix is about Kung Fu. And then another one's like, no, it's a trans allegory. And then other people say other shit.
It is one of the strangest
fucking
blockbusters
weird
that has
movie.
been made in the last 20 years, The
Wow.
Matrix Resurrections.
And good or
I
not?
love it personally.
I really
because
enjoyed it too.
It reminds me of Gremlins: A New Batch meets New Nightmare, the Nightmare on Elm Street reboot that has the Nightmare of Elm Street existing as a franchise, but Freddy's a real guy. Really,
You
weird
love
stuff.
meta stuff, though, don't
I
you? Lex?
love meta. I love meta. I love going 2 layers deep.
Yeah.
And no, that's
Jesus
not a
Christ.
euphemism.
That's not an Oprah and the
Roger Ebert.
Roger Ebert. But in closing, let me tell you some final thoughts on The Matrix. In North America, The Matrix went on to become the 5th highest grossing film of 1999. After Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace, The Sixth Sense, Austin Powers, The Spy Who Shagged Me,
Wow.
and Toy Story 2, narrowly beating out The Mummy and Big Daddy.
Holy shit! What
I mean,
a year!
it's a hell of a year
Did-
for the movies.
And were they all nominated for Best Picture?
Big Daddy,
I
yeah.
think Big Daddy did take it
Big
out
Daddy,
that year.
the big
yeah.
trophy.
I can't. If I was gonna guess, I would assume that Matrix was easily the biggest blockbuster that film that year. Number 5.
It was- yeah.
Number 5.
I also would have said the same thing. Surely, number 1. And then you go, okay, Star Wars, Phantom Menace, right? Fair enough.
Of course.
Yeah, fair enough.
Wow.
Austin Powers, the guy had legs.
It's an exciting time for me. I love it. And I also love Big Daddy. And I love
too.
all those movies.
Me too. My least favorite of them all, probably Toy Story 2.
Yeah.
Fuck.
I
And
can't
that's
remember
saying
what
something.
happens in
That's
the
a really
second
good
one.
That says
movie.
also a good film, but
Oh,
it
is
didn't
that
have
where
a scuba
Jesse comes
Steve.
in?
Jesse comes
Yeah.
in.
Yeah, okay, I
Of
did like
course.
that one.
Of course you identify with that character. You
Yeah.
share the same name.
Exactly.
But off the list.
Me, I identify with Ham.
Because you share the same name?
Yeah, and I've got a coin slot.
Okay. This guy's getting wild.
Okay.
This is getting real frisky.
The Matrix
Really?
won 4 Oscars, including editing, sound effects, and visual effects. The Matrix reached its ultimate form when it was released on DVD in September of 1999. in its original aspect ratio. It was the first DVD to sell 1 million copies in the United States, and it was also the first DVD to sell 3 million copies, a record it held for a few months until Gladiator beat it. The Ultimate Matrix Collection also sadly lost in the category of Best Menu Design at the 2005 DVD Exclusive Awards to the Star Wars trilogy. The Matrix has become a huge success and spawned 3 sequels, video games, and an animated anthology. And each one of them is freaking awesome. And if you don't get it, you're a freaking dunce, dude. That's all I'll say. If you don't get how good the Matrix sequels are, you are not film literate.
Right, so you think 2 and 3 are as good as 1?
I think not as good as 1.
Okay.
They're just awesome.
Because I've heard people say that they're not good.
They're real good.
I'm one of those people. I hate 2 and 3. I think they suck ass.
They're beautiful.
So apparently
They're
you're
really
not film
bad.
literate.
No,
according to my
I'm
friend.
You're not a dunce.
I'm a dunce, apparently.
You're a
And I'm
dunce.
happy to sit here and
Are
say I'm a
we
dunce.
looking at a modern day Siskel and Ebert here?
Yeah.
Guess which one of us fucked Oprah?
And yeah, you can have 2 guesses at that.
All right,
We
Alexi-
shared a womb for a while.
Yes!
Lexi, just quickly, can you just relatively quick fire? Can
Yep.
you name all 4 of the movies, and Dave will
Yes.
then give the porn
Oh,
parody equivalent.
Okay. The Matrix.
I mean,
She does tricks, something like
I don't
that.
know, the
Come
wet
on.
chicks.
we
Oh,
could
there
do
we
like
go.
we could do the gay tricks.
That's
that's good.
awesome.
That's
That's,
good.
great.
That's good.
Beautiful. The Matrix Reloaded.
We already have one.
We already have
Okay, the
Yeah.
Matrix Revolutions.
We could do Revolution, something like that.
Oh my lord! You're a nasty boy.
Yeah.
The Matrix Resurrections.
Well, I mean, the Matrix, huge erections.
Yes.
Come on,
Yeah,
it's got to
yeah,
And
be.
don't forget the Animatrix.
Fana Matrix?
What's Fenner?
Like, it's kind of like Fanny Matrix.
Oh, thank you so
Sorry,
much.
you know,
I like the Fanny Matrix.
Sometimes there's a two-step. It's a two-step.
Fanny He is good. I promise
He
he
is
delivered. I was nervous momentarily.
The boy doesn't miss. He don't miss.
That is good stuff.
And that would be a different movie depending on what country you're renting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what's
Yes.
exciting about that. You don't
Front
know what
or
you're going to
back.
get.
Where's
That's
this
exciting.
going?
That's exciting.
Where's this
No.
going?
Yeah, that's exciting. And, you know, the Matrix has even spawned religions
That's true.
and many other philosophical studies.
What does
That's
that
true.
mean?
There's a religion called Matrixism, aka the Path of the One. They claim to have over 1,600 members, which isn't that many.
But still, a heck of a lot.
But people have estimated it closer to 300 members. But they are a.
Oh, wow. Okay. It's really dropping here.
So to brag that you have 1,600, and then for people to go, well, probably more like 300 actually, if we count censuses.
300, but they got 6 accounts.
Yeah,
They got
but
6
there's
social
like
accounts.
there's a lot of religions that have kind of merged off or branched off from Matrixism, and they tend to believe in the idea that after death, our bodies can get uploaded into like a cloud or a computer or a singularity or something like that. It's now a philosophy. It's called transhumanism. A lot of people talk about it. A lot of people say that is the future, that we will eventually merge with the internet or computers or technology or robots.
It's almost a way of like ensuring immortality through technology.
Yes. And
And
I, for one,
creating-
think it's really freaky deaky.
And I think it is only deaky. I don't think it's that freaky, but it is deaky because it's an idea of like creating an actual afterlife out there, like actually guaranteeing an afterlife.
Yeah, isn't
a
there an
digital
episode
realm.
of the Black Mirror that's sort of like that?
There's a few things that have come out that are like, hey, what if your significant other who died could, you could bring them back by turning their Facebook into a simulation of them
Yeah.
or something. There's a show called Upload, which is that
Yeah.
exact premise.
Yeah.
Who's in
Um,
Uploads?
Nobody.
Nobody.
that we
there's
give a
like,
fuck
there's
about.
a very handsome man.
Yeah, some hot dude.
Yeah.
Okay,
But hot like not.
Chris Kattan?
Even hotter than Catan.
But no
wow.
Chad Stahelski.
This
He's
guy
just
was
a-
probably played. He's probably either played or been the quarterback for a homecoming
100%
queen.
he has,
Yeah,
yes.
wow.
And there's like
if that's
the prick boyfriend.
Nailed it, yeah.
Okay.
He's the quarterback for a homecoming queen.
Yeah.
So he's fucking hot as hell.
Yeah, but not in like an interesting way.
No.
No.
Yeah, you know
Not
what I
He's
mean.
a dull
character
hot.
way.
Yeah.
A dull
Yeah.
hot.
If Saved by the Bell was being made, he could have played Zach.
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
totally.
you know what I mean?
Totally.
Zach, yeah.
Totally.
Zach Braff?
Yeah.
What's Zach?
He's hot enough to be a Zach.
Wow. That's
Anyone
hot.
called Zach is hot.
Yeah.
Name an ugly Zach. You can't.
Yeah, good luck.
Zach Michaels?
Okay,
It's the guy I
you
went to
made up.
school with. Real fucko.
We're going to leave that in, or
Yeah, leave it in.
Yeah, he's
Zach.
dead now.
He died.
Doesn't matter.
He died. Yeah, he got real ugly.
He got at the very end, yeah.
Just let the record show you
He
that's
fell
a
off
guy.
a cliff and got squished. It's okay.
That's a guy I made up. He doesn't exist anymore.
well, I for one, I only watched The Matrix again recently, like in the last couple of years. But I'm going to watch it again now,
Wow.
and then persist with 2, 3, and 4. Who
Okay.
And the
Okay.
Fanny Matrix as well.
Yeah, you got to chuck that Phantom Matrix on.
Funny Matrix.
Can we just get a quick, before we finish up, can I get a ranking order?
Oh, wow. Wow. Okay, Matrix, then Animatrix, then I'll go Matrix Resurrections, then I'll go Matrix Reloaded, then Matrix Recoded, and then I would say Matrix Revolutions is my least favorite one, unless I were to count the cutscenes from Enter the Matrix, the video game,
Okay.
which
'cause
are filmed with the real actors such as Jada Pinkett Smith.
Oh.
I asked you a question that I didn't realize until you were answering it. I wouldn't understand the answer. Can you just give it to me in numbers? So you got one is 1,
1.5 animated version.
is 2.
Yeah, that's number 2. Then I would say 4, then 2, then 3.
Okay.
And that's my pin number, so don't try it.
So Cam was right when he said the second and third ones were duds.
They're not duds. They're misunderstood and misinterpreted.
You ranked them last.
Yeah,
so
but still,
that means
Something
you think
had to
they
be last.
suck, yeah.
Thank you
You're
so
right.
much, Jess. Thank
It's
you.
limited. You're right.
Yeah.
Exactly. If
Yeah.
you would made me rank every film of all time,
you
they
put
would do well.
1.5 ahead of him. Let's
Yes,
be honest.
because it's an
They're
interesting
duds.
animation. It's got 9 different stories, all chronicling different adventures set in the Matrix universe by different animation artists.
The funny thing
Like
is
South
that
Park
one
guys.
of
Yeah, they got the
those,
South Park guys, Family
Seth
Guy
MacFarlane.
did one,
one of the
Bob's
second
Burgers.
or third ones is one of the
Futurama
ones
did one.
with the most famous scene where there's a lot of Hugo Weaving.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, the second one, I think.
Yeah.
That's number 2,
And there's
right?
just like too much Hugo Weaving.
There's heaps of Hugo
Is that
Weaving.
possible?
There's like 15.
Oh, there's never too much. But
Yeah,
there's a lot
especially
of
if you're
Hugo.
freaking Screen Australia, back in every Hugo joint. Thank
My-
you for the funding for finding users, by the way, Screen Australia.
My question is, do we know if they're going to make more of it?
Probably not.
Well, the idea was that Warner Brothers said, we're making the 4th one. And then they went to the Wachowskis and said, good news, we're going to do the 4th one. And the Wachowskis said, we don't want to do it. And they said, well, we're going to do it anyway. And then then one of the Wachowskis was like, well, I guess I'll just fucking do it then if you're going to do
no
it.
kidding.
So it's only one of the Wachowskis did 4. And it's about how they're being forced to do another Matrix movie.
That's why they're talking about the Matrix in
Yeah.
the Matrix.
Oh, no.
Wow.
Yeah,
Right.
it's also quite
The premise
pivotal.
of the movie
Yeah.
is that Neo is a video game designer who made a bunch of video games called The Matrix,
Yeah.
1, 2, and 3, and he's being forced to make a 4th one.
Oh,
And he
And they
doesn't
keep
want
on
to.
calling it the reboot and stuff. Like they
Wow.
use very like language that is real. They say the word Warner Brothers in the movie.
They go, Warner Brothers is doing another Matrix.
When they said Warner Brothers, I felt a skip in my heart.
I
when they said
burst
it
out
loud.
laughing.
It's pretty
I
wild.
couldn't believe it.
But
I was
you've
like, what a
ranked
stupid.
It's cool.
You've ranked at number 3.
I didn't say skip in the heart was bad.
That's almost like in Looney Tunes Back in Action with Brendan Fraser, where there's a couple of characters who are Warner
no.
Brothers.
The
Suits.
Wow.
Yes.
That's such a beautiful
God,
bit of
Warner Brother,
cinema.
before you tell him that, that's too much information. That's an old joke too.
That's good stuff.
Yeah, Zach would tell that to me on in the old schoolyard.
Rest in peace.
That's for you, brother, up in heaven. Oh, hell, we got up to quite some mischief here on
All
Earth.
limbo.
Whoa! Well, thank you so much for joining us. We're so excited for Finding Yeezers.
Me too.
Tell us a little bit more about it, where we can see it, when it's coming out, how many episodes, all that sort of stuff. We would love to know.
Okay, so are you guys heard of Auntie Donna?
No.
Okay, so
Okay,
there are
allow me to
cult-
begin my report.
They're a cult sketch group from Australia who have come to international acclaim via the medium of Netflix and YouTube and live performance. And
The big three.
Yeah, they tackle the big three. And they're producing this for us, so it's on their Grouse House YouTube channel, which is a YouTube channel they run for stuff that's not Auntie Donna.
Yeah, a home for new Australian comedy content.
Yes.
And this is a documentary series. We've been working hot on the trail of this mystery about Kanye Quest 3030, a video game that we believe was used as a recruitment tool for a new age cult, not unlike the cult of the Matrixists, which is about transhumanism, about finding immortality through the internet. So we're trying to find out who the creator of this game is.
And who the cult leader is, and whether it's all real or whether it's all a bunch of hogwash. There's 6 episodes. They come out every Monday from September 26th. And it's very, very fucking cool and fun.
It's cool.
Yeah,
it's
very
officially
cool.
cool, guys. It's an officially cool show.
All right.
Because the three of us, big fans of the first 2 seasons, independently. We didn't even make each other listen. We all individually
We love it. And
listen and enjoy.
people can listen to those still in podcast form.
Yes.
But this is a video series and it's a new mystery.
So but people can listen to Finding Drago, Finding Desperado to get pumped up.
Absolutely.
get
Finding
pumped up
users.
for finding
But
users.
is it true that what some people say is it's very manufactured? The way you do it is you know where you're ending up and then you work back from there? Or is that a lie?
You know, it's a little bit of movie. I'll pull back the curtain and reveal to you that it's all real.
Whoa.
Yeah, none of
So
it's manufactured.
what we
Every
hear and
second.
what we see is your journey.
Yeah.
And as you're on that journey.
There's maybe 2 times where we know in advance what's happening before we film. But for the most part, it's all happening for real.
Yeah, and like every interview, that's all real and crazy stuff that we don't know what the people are going to say. We have ideas of what we hope they're going to say.
Well, yeah, that's the thing, because you have to submit scripts to Screen Australia, which is weird because it's a documentary.
Yeah.
So they go, all right, congratulations, you're doing it. We need to see 6 scripts. And we're like, what do you mean? And so we had to write a fictional version of what this show was going to be.
What we thought it would be like.
And submit it to them and go, here's what we think will happen. And then, of course, none of that shit happened.
Yeah.
But so we did have an idea in our head of what we hoped might happen.
But I would say, like, you know, every day was a surprise. Every day something freaking crazy happened. It
great.
kept going in different directions. We had to book flights that we didn't know we had to book. Lots of crazy stuff.
Oh, what's the furthest place you ended up in?
We went to the North Pole.
Santa Claus was behind it.
Yeah, we had to find a guy in a red suit. Won't say who. But let's just say
Big old beard.
Big beard, big belly.
How jolly was he?
One of the jolliest guys I ever did see. And yeah, he knew when I was sleeping.
Yeah, what list I was on.
Yeah, the cool list. We're making an awesome documentary series.
Actually, we were going to show you guys the first episode before we recorded this, but I just realized we forgot to do that.
Yeah.
Wait,
So-
can we still watch it later?
Yeah, if you want. Yeah.
Maybe we'll watch it before we get to everyone's favourite section of the show.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, do we have to do that?
No, you don't have to do it.
No,
But
no.
before we, like the listeners at home, well, for them, it's just a bloody blink of the eye, a twinkle of the nose.
Yeah.
But for us, it might be
Gosh, sounds
some
like a guy I
moments.
know.
But before we get there, I just love. So, what's the new show called?
Finding Jesus.
I'd love to hear. Before we go on, I'd love to hear the porn parody name.
It's got to be Finding Penis. Surely.
Yes.
That's awesome. Yeah, that's
Thank you
awesome.
so much, Lexi and Cam, for joining us. Dave, boot us home.
Hey, thank you so much. We'll be
Thank
posting
you.
all about the show.
Wow.
Thank you so much. We love you
appreciate
both.
it.
We
Finding
love you
penis.
guys.
That's yours
Every
to
one of
take.
you. Thank you so much. I plan to take it and make the porno parody myself
With Screen Australia's funding.
to help me find that penis.
Well, now it is time for everyone's favourite section of the show. We've just had a quick break, watched the first episode of Finding Jesus, had a lovely time. We've sent Alexei and Cam off with a goodie bag of do-go-on lollies
Oh, yeah.
and merchandise that we haven't been able to sell. And they look chuffed as. But yeah, that was fun. What a funny show. And I'm in. I'll tell you that for nothing.
You're in?
I'm in.
Okay. Thank you for telling me that for free because I did not want to pay for that information.
Yeah, I'm hooked.
I'm absolutely hooked as well. They
But they're
got
the
me.
masters of hooking you in.
Yeah.
Every
They're
series
so
they've done
funny.
so far.
They are so funny. I love having them on the show. I laugh so much. My face still hurts. So let's get this 30 to 40 minutes out of the way so I can go rest my face. I need to ice my cheeks.
Oh, ice those cheeks. Both pairs.
Both sets of cheeks.
And pair of cheeks. Is that something? That's
Yeah, I
kind
guess
of
so.
phrase you'd use? So this section of the show is where we get to thank our supporters. These are the people who make the show happen.
Mm-hmm.
They keep the lights on
Yeah.
and the recorder on and all these other things on. And
They keep us on.
They keep us on.
Yeah.
Yeah, without them, I'm off.
Yeah, you're right off. So in this section, we thank these great people who support us at patreon.com/dogoonpod or dogoonpod.com. And there's a bunch of different rewards people can get. Just very briefly, what are some of those things they can get?
Very briefly.
Yes.
They can get early access to tickets to live shows. They can get 3 bonus episodes per calendar month. Can you believe it?
Wow.
They get access to a Facebook group, the nicest corner of the internet, and they get to vote on a bunch of topics. So they literally get to control us
Yeah.
in this one element of our lives, which is writing reports for this podcast.
And it feels good.
It feels good. I'm a Virgo, so I love to be in control. But it is nice every now and then to just relinquish just a tiny little bit of control to somebody else.
It's so fun because you two are born quite close together and you're a Virgin
I'm a Virgin.
and Dave's a Virgin.
Yes, that's right.
Isn't that
yeah.
weird?
Different dialect.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just that one day apart.
Born
and
in
it
different
fully-
places, yeah.
you're
That's
on
why Dave and
different
I are so
stars.
incredibly different. That's why Dave and I just can't seem to get along.
Yeah, it sucks. No matter what I try. Keep
we
trying to bring you
we
together.
are unpleasant to each other.
The first thing we
She's
like to do.
violent.
First thing we like to do in this section of the show is the fact, quote, or question section, which has a little jingle, goes something like this.
Fact, quote, or question.
He always remembers the ding. She always remembers the jingle. And I say that now because Jess complained that I don't compliment her for remembering
That's
things.
how competitive it is between
Yeah.
us.
You can't compliment Dave unless you also compliment me.
And in this part of the show, we read out some fact quotes or questions. These great supporters are on the Sydney Scheinberg level or above. And as you could probably guess, they give us a fact, a quote, or a question, sometimes a suggestion or a brag or all sorts of things. They also get to give themselves a title. And I don't read these out till I read them out. The first one we've got this week is from Derek Brigham, who is the giver of cursed blessings. Oh, dear.
Uh-oh.
Derek's asking a question this week, writing, magic has struck. Suddenly, no matter what food you eat, it tastes like one thing. The same thing every time. You must choose what that one thing is. What do you pick? The texture and temperature stay the same as whatever the original food was. You guys having deja vu here? For example,
Yes.
if you choose burger, ice cream would taste like a cold, creamy burger. If I was stuck, and I always ask people to answer their questions if they ask one. And Derek writes, if I was stuck with this curse, I would pick the Taco Bell Cheesy Gordita Crunch
Oh.
and eat mainly boiled chicken and steamed broccoli. Turn the curse into a blessing by being the healthiest eater in the world.
Yeah, I'm getting deja vu. We've
I'm
definitely
getting
had this
full
before.
deja vu.
Have we had this exact... I remember the cheesy gordita crunch even.
Yeah, and turning the curse into a blessing.
Yeah, have I? Yes. No, I think Derek has submitted the same one twice. About a month apart. Derek,
Derek is desperate for an answer.
are you trapped in a curse as well, Derek?
Wow. If you're trapped in a curse and you can only ask a podcaster one question, what question would you ask each month? I don't remember what I said, though. I probably said bread or something. Fuck,
You'd
I
make
love
everything
bread.
taste like bread. Oh, that's clever.
Really?
I love bread.
Oh. Gosh, what did I say? Chocolate?
Chocolate,
No,
yeah.
I
think
mean,
I'd get
it's
over
your
chocolate.
choice. You can have whatever you want. But yeah, I'd get over chocolate.
But I feel like I'd get over anything.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm going to say, I'm just going to steal Derek's answer there.
Yeah, I think there's something smart in that because you know what?
Cheesy gordita crunch.
I don't even know what it is.
Oh, it's good stuff.
Great.
Yeah, I would
Cheesy
make it
gordita
something like
crunch.
It's like a
something
Taco
really
Bell.
delicious, but then I would just eat anything and everything because I don't. Yeah, I have restrictions in what I eat or there's a lot of things I don't like.
Right.
So then I would relieve my own anxiety around food because sometimes I'm like, oh no, I don't like any of this food. I'd just be able to eat anything, but
Yes.
it would taste like something delicious. That's good.
That's good. Yeah, we're going to turn your curse into a blessing.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Derek, for blessing us with that curse.
Thank you.
The next one comes from Drew Forsberg, aka Lineal Mediocre Weight Champion. And Drew is offering us a suggestion, which is frozen custard. Now, I don't know what that is in relation to.
It's
a suggestion.
That's all it says.
That's the complete
That's
suggestion.
fantastic.
Frozen custard.
I love custard.
And do you reckon frozen would be like an ice cream kind of consistency?
That does sound
It
good.
sounds like a creamy.
Yeah.
Almost.
I'm imagining this relates to something we talked about in the past. And yeah, if that's a real thing, Drew, I'm on board. I want to try
Got a
it.
little definition here.
Okay, hit us.
Frozen custard is a cold dessert similar to ice cream, but made with eggs. Sorry, Jess. In addition to cream and sugar, it's usually kept at a warmer temperature compared to ice cream
Yeah.
and typically has a denser consistency.
Yeah, okay. Mate, yeah, I wonder if it's somewhere between like moussey, like a thick mousse kind of thing.
Yeah. Oh, I've got... there's
I'd
one,
give that a crack.
you can get it at Woolies, and there's one that says, you can't fake the smooth, creamy richness of our frozen custard made with fresh milk, cream and eggs. Made in Australia.
Okay. So, like, is it like a vanilla kind of flavour?
Yeah, well, this is the
Classic.
classic.
Interesting.
Great, yeah.
Yeah, I'm taking that as Drew is just saying, hey, here's a suggestion. Give that a crack.
Give it a crack. And I
Cheers.
will.
I will, me too.
Dave, let me know when you do. And just get 2, please.
Can we just get a tub like this afternoon?
Let's go get a tub.
Bring it back. Three-way tub.
Let's get a tub.
Fantastic.
You want to split a tub?
Hey, you guys up for a tub?
Yeah.
Tub for the table?
1 tub, 3 spoons. Thank you.
Tub for the
barkeep.
table. It's like chips for the table.
We
Can
got a
you
tub?
just get a tub for the
Yeah,
table?
Get a tub for the
3
table.
spoons.
Yeah, we're still browsing the menu. Just get us
Get
a
a
tub.
tub to start.
Yes.
We'll have a tub to start.
Tide
Thank
us
you.
over with a tub.
For appetizer, we'll have a tub.
Yeah, a couple of... get us a tub each.
Yeah, but still,
Garçon, a tub each.
3 spoons. Not 1 spoon.
Fantastic suggestion. Thank
3
you, Drew.
tubs, 1 spoon.
The next one... that's fun stuff there, Dave. The next one comes from Gary J from the UK. And Gary J's title is, If You Don't Know Me By Now, You Will Never, Never, Never Know Me. And Gary's also offering a suggestion, writing, Ahoy hoy. I'm writing this the day after the live Book Cheat episode in London.
Great to meet you, Gary. Or see you again, Gary J. And hang out, have a drink. Great crew there. Please, continue.
I just wanted to say I bloody loved it. Nat, my wife, couldn't make it, so I was going on my own. But I met up with what I thought was a few other patrons at the pub pre-show. It ended up being loads. I was so nervous before walking in, but everyone there was so nice and lovely to each other, even though most of us had never met before. Sorry for rambling on. I just wanted to suggest people join this Facebook group as Patreons and be part of the nicest corner of the internet.
That's really
Isn't that
nice.
nice?
It was lovely seeing pictures that day of everybody meeting up.
nice.
That was so nice to see.
Because by the time, so what they did is they met before the show for a drink and a meal at a pub across the road. Then they saw the show, hung around it, then afterwards went to the bar upstairs where I met them all. And by that time, it did not feel like a group of people that didn't know each other.
That's
It was like
fantastic.
walking into like a coach tour or something.
That's
They all
the
knew each other.
best.
And yeah, it was awesome. It was so nice.
Really nice.
So nice.
Gary J finishes by saying, ta-ta for now.
Ta-ta, Gary.
Ta-ta for now.
I'm under what? And the final one comes, that is what that's from, right? Ta-ta for now. That's the succulent Chinese meal.
No,
guys.
he says ta-ta and farewell.
Ta-ta.
Sorry.
That is the second time that has come up for me today.
The succulent Chinese meal video.
Only the
man.
2
Yeah.
times. Comes up for me half a dozen every morning. By this time of the day, at least a half D.
What was the...
I don't remember exactly. I was walking to get some lunch with my colleagues, and my good friend.
You can name us.
Yeah.
Matt and Dave.
Matt and Dave. And then my other friend Michael Hing was there, and he made a reference to, but I don't remember exactly which line he said now.
We
I was
having-
wondering who that was that was tagging along with us.
Yeah, sorry about him.
I can't remember. Did we have a succulent Chinese meal for lunch?
No.
I feel ta-ta for now. Was that Tigger, TTFN
Oh, it was
Ah, Pubert.
it was I see you know your judo well.
Oh, fantastic.
And then I just said, yes.
Yes.
There was a tweet very recently that we got tagged in, like, because that video went viral again. If you don't know it, look it up, type in succulent Chinese meal on YouTube.
And you're welcome.
Enjoy the next 3 minutes of your life. And someone tweeted it saying, oh, I need my favourite Aussies or something to comment on this. Have you ever seen this? And we were like, yes, we reference it most weeks. And they were like, oh, what episode? And I said about 3 dozen
Yeah.
of them.
Because at first I was like, oh, that's funny. They're, going, oh, I thought it was a joke.
It probably normally only comes up in everyone's favourite section of the show, though. So
True.
some people might not.
Oh, right.
There's a small percentage of people who don't listen to this bit of the show.
Crazy.
Yeah. And the last one this week comes from Jacob Curry, a.k.a. the most major dick bong.
The most major dick bong?
Yeah.
Okay.
And Jacob is asking a question. The question is, you have to compete in one Olympic sport. The better you do, the more money goes to charities of your choice.
Well, who cares?
Up to $2 billion in Australian Ds. That's
Okay.
dollars.
Okay.
Okay.
That's for gold. What are you competing in?
See, this is hard. I had a conversation recently on my recent holiday. We were talking about you could be on any Olympic sport. You're going to the Olympics. What sport are you playing? And so we were going for like things that we think would be fun.
Yeah.
Okay.
But in this case, if you're doing it to earn the most amount of money for charity, then you probably want to choose something you're good at,
Yes.
right?
But I ain't good at anything.
But I would, my strategy, I don't know if the thing that I'm best at would be the thing that I'm best at relative to the best in the world.
Totally. That's what I'm thinking as well.
So I think my best option, maybe all of our best option, is going for a sport that you can fluke on your day.
Shooting.
Something like shooting. You know, anyone can pull a trigger.
Yeah.
Assuming you got a trigger finger. And if it's itchy, even
Shit.
better.
Yeah.
And then
I don't think you get to just get a semi-automatic like.
yeah, because the thing is,
see what you hit.
maybe fluke it once, but I think it's like, you've got to shoot multiple targets.
yeah,
right?
that's right. So you are unlikely to fluke 20 in a row or something.
I
But
think-
still a better chance of that than running 100 meters fast.
Yeah.
You can't
What else
fluke
is there?
that.
What about like a team sport where I know
Oh,
Yes.
you're letting them down a bit.
Sitting on the bench.
You're on the bench, or even if you're on for a little bit for like European handball or something, I just never get the ball.
That's a good
It's all
point.
good.
What's a big team sport? Like hockey, maybe?
Yeah, okay,
Yeah.
hockey, volleyball.
Like rugby, we'd all die. I would have said basketball anyway, but
Yeah,
again,
nice.
I'm nowhere near the Olympic standards.
But you're good depth on the bench. You could come in and shoot a couple of big threes.
Yeah, and then I just
As
walk
the
off.
clock's ticking down at the end of each
Yeah.
quarter, they send you on for a Hail Mary.
Yeah, as long as none of the opposition defend me because they'd be 2 foot taller than
that's
me.
right. You'd shoot it into their face.
Yeah,
Almost like-
every time. I can't get it over them. I think that would be my best option. I mean, I'm fine at basketball.
Okay, I'm gonna say judo.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I see you know your
judo
judo
well.
I
well
reckon
enough.
that I could fluke it and just like pin like an 800.
I know.
kilo
I've got
man.
my answer now.
Yeah.
Speed skating. I'm going Winter Olympics. I'm going to go for the
Yes.
Bradbury method. Hang at the
Fantastic.
back.
Hang back.
Play for luck.
Hang at the back. 3 laps behind everyone else.
Yeah, and they just the trouble would be that I have to not fall over before the end myself, even with no one bumping into me.
I guess a good call with winter, like maybe luge.
Yeah, suddenly just falling down a hill.
But also, I guess there's another layer of questions I want to ask, which is like, do we have time to prepare?
Oh yeah.
Like if I could go into a year-long,
You're right. You're right.
full-time training.
Because, like, for example, my answer originally was going to be the European handball, but I've realised I don't even know the rules.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Do
I've
you
got
have
it.
time to learn?
I think
yeah.
I've got an even better one. One of those horse ones. The horse does all the work. You're just sitting on.
Yes.
You get the best horse in the world. You can win gold probably.
You're right.
Yeah.
You
Are
just
you
have
good
to.
on
all you have
horses,
to.
though?
I mean, I can sit on a horse.
Yeah, okay, great.
And say,
And I assume that's all it is.
yeah. If the horse is trained well enough,
Yeah, all right.
it'll just know.
Did you just Google easiest Olympic sports?
I absolutely have. And these are the top 10 indoor volleyball.
Okay.
Okay.
Do you have to wear the tiny bikini in the indoor volleyball? Or do they get to wear shorts?
I think they're allowed short.
That's
And
fun.
I think they might have finally changed that rule as well about the beach one as well, have they? Because there was a big protest about it.
It was, because it's silly. What else is there?
Number 1 is alpine skiing.
In what fucking universe is that the easiest?
Never been skiing in
is
my
that
life.
cross-country skiing? What's alpine? Isn't all skiing alpine skiing?
Well, that's a good point.
Apart from water skiing.
Curling!
Oh, yeah.
Curling.
Do they do lawn bowls?
Is that
No, it's
Commonwealth?
Games.
That's Commonwealth,
That's
yeah.
another one you could probably fluke a few good shots.
Yeah.
If you're in the teams.
Get a few pots.
I get
Yeah.
the feeling whoever wrote this article is a good skier because they've also included ski jumping.
Yeah, that's
No,
like
I'd break every bone in my
Yes.
body before I made it to the
You
ramp.
die in that.
very hard to fluke a good triple deke or whatever.
Yeah.
They've said table tennis, but no, those people, they're freaks.
Not the way they
I wouldn't
play.
even see the fucking
No.
ball. I'd be like, wait, have we started yet? And they're like, yeah, you've lost.
I guess the lesson here is that none of the Olympic sports are easy.
Yeah, that's surprising.
But I mean, show me Olympians who could host a podcast.
That's a good
You know what I
point.
mean? Like, we all have things to contribute.
Yeah, that's true.
Exactly.
Very difficult.
You
Looks
know-
easy, like in the Olympics. Podcasting looks easy.
Well, anything done well looks easy.
Yeah, that's the trick.
That's why people think driving is easy, because I do it so
You do it so
well.
well.
But can you,
You
do
make
it
it
with the
look effortless.
best?
Yeah.
The other thing about the horse riding is like really old people do it. So that's probably my best chance there
Yeah,
too.
yeah, yeah.
Right. Great. Get a bit of longevity as well.
Yes. All
Great
right.
question.
That
It's
was
fun.
a good
It's a fun
question.
question.
Thank you to Jacob, Gary, Drew, and Derek for their facts, quotes, and questions and suggestions. And the next thing we like to do is thank a few more of our great supporters. Jess normally comes up with a bit of a game based on the topic.
Yes.
Do you have some thoughts here, Matrix related?
Oh, cool.
All I could think of earlier, so I'm open to suggestions, and I know this is usually my thing, but I have been struggling with it lately. The only thing I could think of was what colour pill they'd
I was just
take.
thinking the same thing.
But it could be any colour. It doesn't have to just be red and blue.
So blue makes you forget.
No, it can be like
Red makes, but that's what I mean. What the color? It gives,
I see.
so one red makes you. I forget which one's which.
Me
Red
too.
opens up your mind. Blue makes you forget.
That's right, because I said the wrong one.
And then we've got
Look.
9 other colors. And what do they do when you take them?
Yeah, great.
All right. If I can kick us off, I'd love to thank from Bournemouth in Great Britain. It's Daisy Mowles.
Daisy Mowles has taken the purple pill.
Oh, what does the purple pill do, Dave?
It makes you join D12,
Oh.
the Eminem rap group, famous for their early 2000s song "Purple Pills."
I wonder
Wow.
if
Or
that,
Hills.
much like the Olympic event where you're just on the bench, I could stand at the back of D12.
Right, that's a good question. If you had to join one super rap group, which one would it be?
I'll just do a bit of hyping every now and then.
Yeah, for sure.
That's a good one. Purple pill for Daisy. I'd also love to thank from Leighton Buzzard in Great Britain. It is Maltese Walesiak.
Great name, great location. Leighton Buzzard. Never heard of that, but I love it.
No. Matez yellow,
Yellow pill.
and it makes for a limited time. It makes your piss
Okay.
gold.
Whoa.
Whoa. And what colour's your piss normally,
Yeah,
Bob?
hang on a second. As in like gold color or
Like as in, okay, so you it comes out in liquid form still. It's not painful.
Okay.
It comes out, but then you need to like piss into. Basically, you got to save your piss.
Right, you're the goose who pissed the golden piss.
Right, and so your piss then after like a couple of minutes, it's solid gold.
Right, but when it
So
comes
you
out,
could piss into a mold and make a little like a little gold figurine or something, or just like piss into some Tupperware.
So you're pissing liquid gold, and then it's gonna.
so does it
I
come
just thought you were saying the color of your piss would be gold.
well,
but this
I mean,
is,
it will be.
Yes, well, yes.
But it turns into like actual gold, and so then you could sell that.
that's the first time you discover that you've got that affliction.
You're going to the doctors, aren't you?
Well, you're ruining a toilet, aren't you? Because it gets solid in the bowl.
Oh, yeah, you're
Are you
ruining,
ruining
a
it,
toilet
or
by
you're
making
increasing
it.
its value?
Okay. Also,
You've now got the most expensive toilet in the world. You're welcome.
okay.
I'm sorry, you wouldn't want to piss on a gold toilet?
I also-
Jess, well, just remember, you can always piss in my toilet. Dave doesn't deserve your piss.
How do you think you got your golden tonsils?
well, my someone pissed down my throat. Also, I'm thinking about how liquid
Not someone, but in particular, it was Mateus. Mateus. That's a fantastic name. It's a different version of Matthew.
Oh,
yeah,
there
that
you
makes
go.
sense.
Got so liquid
Liquid piss.
gold.
But it's not forever. It's not like you're going to have to be holding on, every time you need to go to the bathroom, you're like, okay, great. What am I going to piss into this time to make it into gold? Like it's, it's a few weeks or whatever, or maybe a month. And that way you've got some time to really set yourself up for life with your gold piss.
Fantastic.
And it's not molten. It's not burning you to get it out.
No. It's just a comfortable. Okay. It feels like a normal stream of urine.
Oh.
This isn't one of those blessing curses, Dave. This is just a blessing.
Just a blessing. Okay, thank goodness for that.
And also imagine, I'm busting out of the toilet, but I'm on a busy train. You normally can't piss because you get your piss everywhere. But now people will be like, please piss.
Please piss in my hands.
Piss into my hands. Piss into my bag. See,
They'd pour out their coffee cup and piss into this.
You can piss wherever you like.
Yeah.
Finally from me, I'd love to thank from Miriam in Kansas in the United States, Jen Agina.
What colour pill, Matt?
I reckon lime green.
Oh, yeah, beautiful.
A lime green pill. And the lime green pill lets you fly for half an hour.
Wow, okay.
Take the red pill and you'll know the truth about the rabbit hole. Take the blue pill, you won't know what's going. Take this green pill, you can fly for a bit.
Just for a bit.
I'm picking the green pill.
It's not even far enough that you could get far.
Oh, but you can fly real fast.
Okay, how fast are we talking?
Around the world and back?
In half an hour?
Yeah.
So I could pop to London, it would take me a couple of minutes.
Yeah. Exactly.
Wow.
Exactly.
Okay, and how much, can you buy these pills?
No, you got to see Morpheus.
Yeah.
You've got to.
But could he give you a couple so you could have a return? I could go to London, spend some time around Europe, and then come back.
Really will depend on Morpheus's mood.
Because the airfares are the most expensive bit. So if I could just if you could get them in pairs, that'd be good.
Oh yeah.
Then what if I want to take a friend? Can I get 4 pills?
Well, how about you split them? Half. You just say because it's not.
Yeah, you're right. And we're only
half
15
an hour.
minutes.
You have 15 minutes to get there easy.
Yeah, great.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking about the fatal flaw in Morpheus's plan. If I was Neo in the movie, he'd say, "Which pill do you take?" And I'd say, "I can't swallow pills.
Right.
They get stuck."
Do you have
Dave.
them in a? Do you have them in a tube?
Yeah. Do you have a soluble?
What if
pill?
Dave? What if I took the pill for you and then I pissed it into your
That'd
mouth?
be great.
Would that help?
Imagine Morpheus is like, "It's the only other way."
We can't crush it or make it into a gummy.
Because he's you either have to take one or the other. He won't just let you go. I'd be like, well, sorry, mate. You're gonna have to force it down there.
Yeah, sorry, mate. I guess I'm just your sidekick now.
Yeah.
And they wouldn't work as a suppository?
Yeah, I could ask that.
Would you shove this up my ass, please, Morpheus?
Yeah, Morpheus, please. I'm a bit scared to do it myself, but I trust you.
Please.
You look like a doctor.
Look at those glasses. I trust you. Can I thank some people?
Please do.
I would love to thank from Kent in Ohio.
Oh, God's country.
Shannon Burns.
Shannon Burns. It's the orange pill.
Oh, what's the orange pill do?
It makes everything taste like grapes.
Oh. Forever?
Which grapes, red or green?
Green.
No one's picking that.
What if you're a big grape fan?
I love grapes.
Yeah.
They've just been offered the power of flight.
I'm going back to that question before of everything makes everything taste like one thing. Maybe grapes.
Oh, here we go. I've got my market
I
covered.
love grapes.
That's
Yum.
right. You can fly.
Yeah, enjoy your grapes as you fly for 24 hours to London.
True.
Yeah, you get 30 minutes of flight or grape forever.
That's better value.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
Yum.
Yes, the orange pill.
Grapes.
Shannon, take it.
I love grapes.
The grape.
Oh, have you ever tried the fairy floss grapes?
No.
What does that mean?
Yeah.
They taste like fairy floss.
Oh, have they crossbred fairy floss with?
Yeah, they've done something messed up with them, but I don't care. They're delicious.
Finally, science is trying to solve the real problems.
Yeah.
Yeah, grapes don't taste like I want them to.
Who else
Cotton
would you
candy.
like to thank?
Sorry, cotton candy.
That's the same thing.
I know, but in case Americans are like, well, what? We call it fairy floss. It's adorable. I would also love to thank from Swindon in Great Britain.
Oh, wonderful.
Oh, lovely.
I don't know where Swindon is, but I bet they sound.
It sounds like
I
that.
know, I'm from Swindon.
Oh, lovely. Oh, how nice.
Last night I had a turnip raw.
I would love to thank somebody who speaks exactly like that. Lily Morley.
Lily Morley.
Oh, I'm Lily Morley.
From old Swindon Town.
Tuppence a bag.
And I like it. People don't think we're making fun. That's a beautiful accent.
Gorgeous.
Oh, my goodness.
And in fact,
That's a tribute.
you could actually take the turquoise pill
Yes.
and transform your accent
Wow.
No.
into that very Swindon
I'm-
accent.
I'm picking that pill.
I don't care what
you
else
imagine?
comes up. I don't care what else comes up. I want to sound that sexy.
I think
Yeah.
it would really, I think it would really benefit my radio career. Welcome back to Triple J.
Oh, people would love that. So Morpheus goes, take the turquoise pill, and you'll sound like Lily Morley.
Lily Morley from Swindon. Oh, lovely. Thanks, Lily, and sorry. And finally for me, I would love to thank from Milwaukee,
Oh, wow.
Alex Spore.
Alex Spore, what colour pill, Matt?
Kill a brown pill,
Oh, the brown pill.
which is chocolate flavored for starters,
Thank
so
goodness.
it is delicious. But what it does is it means you don't need to wear hats
Ooh,
anymore.
Great, because I look terrible in hats.
Right,
Yeah,
but you get all the
perfect for you.
benefits of like the shade
You
of a
get the
hat.
shade of the hat.
Really?
Yeah. But you don't have to wear that. You just get sun protection.
So you can jump off a yacht into the ocean, not worrying about your hat falling off.
No.
And
Wow.
yeah, because hats, I love them. I look dumb in them.
It also, I mean, that's not the only reason people wear hats.
Or is
Right.
your hair like not as affected by the elements? Like,
Oh, yeah,
because
right.
that,
Yeah.
give me that fucking pill.
Okay.
You want that one?
I'll take that over
What
everything
else
else.
is that? What else is good for a hat? It shows that you're always showing your team's support. You don't have to put your hat on, but everyone still knows you go
They
for
get
the
a
Saints.
sense.
You don't have
Yeah.
to remember to take it off when you go to a place that's a bit sacred.
That's true.
Yeah, or
Everyone
like
else is
if
like,
you
oh, sorry I've offended you. I forgot to take my hat off. Don't worry about it. Never had one
if
on.
you're having a meal with an old person, they're like, no hats at the table.
And in the reverse, isn't there something where you have to wear a hat in some time
yeah, like
periods
if you're in
because
Guns N' Roses,
you don't want
got to put a hat on.
because God can't see the top of your head or something like that.
Give him that. That was funny.
Go
You're
on.
in Guns N' Roses.
Yes.
You
You
gotta wear a hat.
on.
That's
Yeah.
good. That's good stuff.
So that they don't need to anymore. Slash can finally,
Let those locks flow.
yeah.
No one knows what he looks like under there.
Wow.
The Edge, it's a game changer for the
Oh,
Edge.
the edge. Wow.
Yeah.
Incredible stuff.
Take the brown pill.
Do you want to thank some people,
Hey,
D-Dub?
I'd like to thank you so much from York now. From York, we've got Becky Harrison, York in the UK. I remember our lead show people say York. Posh.
But we also had those gentlemen Vikings, remember?
Oh, yes. Were
Right,
they
yes.
from
They're the
York?
huge
I think that's-
gentlemen Viking
They
men.
were delightful.
There's a big
Delightful men.
Viking museum there, I believe.
Yeah.
Or am I thinking of Bath? No, it's York.
No, it was
Bath
York.
is where the baths were.
Yes.
Do you remember that? Do you remember when we went
And
to
there
the
was
bath
the
and
Bill,
you drove
Bill Bryson gave us the tour.
and you drove up a one-way street?
Oh, no, I drove through a pedestrian mall
That's right.
that was set up for the Christmas nativity. I'm like, oh, there's Jesus. Jesus.
Yeah.
Got to get off this road.
It was, Dave got confused. He heard it was called a mall, so he mauled a crowd of people with his car.
That's funny.
And we wish them well.
But Becky Harrison, York. Great stuff. What colour's big in York, though?
Oh, yolk.
Yolk.
Yolk
yolk
orange.
Yolk orange.
It's
We've had
different to yellow and orange.
Yolk,
yolk
orange.
orange.
It's yolk orange.
So it's sort of halfway between a yellow and an orange, is that right?
Oh, Matt, you don't get it.
No, I don't get it. And it's different to gold as well.
Yeah, and I don't eat eggs, so I get it. All right, let's come up with a different colour then. It's just
No, I
have
like it.
No, I like yolk, but what does it do?
Yolk.
Take the yolk pill.
It gives you a protective buffer around you.
Ooh,
like
yeah,
you're in
like
an
an egg.
egg.
Oh, that's good.
So no one can hurt you, but no one can get close to you either.
Yeah, which is probably for the best.
So there's pros and cons.
They can't hurt you,
Yeah.
and that's more important
You've got an
than
outer
ever
shell.
being vulnerable.
Yeah.
Hey, enjoy
Don't
that,
you
Becky.
ever be vulnerable, Becky.
Well, I don't know if Becky's choosing that one. I still think she's taking the lime green pill and flying to London and back, which is a pretty short flight from
Yeah,
York.
honestly, I wouldn't bother. But it seems
She
like a
only
bit
saw
of a,
the
it seems like a bit of a waste of that.
Tiniest nibble.
You could go anywhere in the world, and you just go like down the road, essentially.
Yeah.
I know. In the UK, they don't.
Oh, they hate to travel.
They hate to travel, so that maybe that would be convenient for you. But honestly, come to Australia. It's beautiful. It's just very far away.
Yeah, pop over.
Pop over.
Have a pop. I would next like to thank from Cam Loops in Canada, It is Tim Livingston.
Oh, I presume.
I was also thinking that.
There's so many colours we haven't used, like blue or red.
But they exist.
They're the
With good reason.
What about pink?
Oh, pink.
Pink.
Fantastic.
See, Matt, that was a
Light
different
red.
colour.
Like that. Very good.
Pink makes you impervious to wedgies.
Oh.
And how often are wedgies coming up in your day to day?
Well, if you've lived
that
a
would
life,
be helpful.
if you lived a life looking like this, you've been
Like a nerdlinger.
yeah, you've been wedgied. The pink pill, but also this is great. It's also a self-defense pill
Okay.
because if someone gives you a wedgie, they get a wedgie.
Oh.
So you feel nothing and you go harder.
It's like there's a mirror in your pants. And they're confused at first.
They go, what? He must be wearing some sort of strange underpants. I'll keep pulling and they I'm bleeding.
Yeah, and they split themselves in half.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's why it's pink, because they're wearing tidy whities with the blood mixed in.
Yeah.
They're pinky winkies.
They're now pinky winkies.
Good on you, Tim. Take the pink pill. I implore you. And finally, from me, I would like to thank from Grand Rapids in, I believe, Michigan. Is that right? It is M.
The last classic colour probably we haven't done is black
There you go.
or white. Although some
Ooh.
people would say
They're not colours.
if you were one of the real cool kids at my primary
Black and
school.
white aren't colours, they're shades.
Oh, the shades.
But I'm talking. It's a black and white pill, much like the short-lived chocolate treat, and they were called like zigzags or something.
Oh, but so it's not a cereal.
No, it was like a packet of chocolates.
I don't remember those at all.
Sounds delicious, but
What does that do, Dave? What does the black and white pill do?
the black and white pill, it gives you access to food from your childhood that no longer exists.
Whoa.
So you
Country mints.
get anything you want. The original Milo biscuit. It was so good.
What, a Milo biscuit?
It was a Milo biscuit, and
sounds
it came in
great.
like a tray, like a little packet of like you know how you get mini Kit Kats like in a multi-pack, and they're in their own little packet. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Kind of.
Kind of like that size, like the size of like maybe a credit card,
Okay.
but then there'd be 5 in a tray.
Yeah, right.
Milo biscuit, but then they came out with Milo bars, and no one gave a shit about the biscuit.
No.
But I can never go back and taste them
Oh,
unless I have
disappointing.
the black and white pill.
Yum. Yeah, I'd have country mints. They were amazing and delicious. Used to have. They were a
Country
road
mints.
trip staple.
Country mints, yeah, they were classic.
Amazing. Loved them. Can't see it.
Gotta
Can't
look
find
up
them
a country
anymore.
mint.
I cannot. I'm trying to Google what that snack was. Someone will tell me. This is much like a few weeks ago when I couldn't remember the phrase turnkey property. And that
I'm
week
still
I
not
got
sure that's not what I was thinking of.
right. Didn't scratch the itch for you.
No.
I reckon there's a good 20 or 30 people who've got in contact
Yeah.
with me to let me know.
Oh, I'm sure
which
they're
I appreciate.
right.
Have we got through everyone there?
That is everyone there. Thank you
That
so much
was
for your
M.
support, everyone.
Thank you, M, Tim, Becky, Alex, Lily, Shannon, Jen, Matthews, and Daisy. The last thing we like to do is welcome some people into the Triptych Club. This is an exclusive club for supporters of the show who've been supporting us on the shout-out level or above 3 straight years. Bit of theatre of the mind. I'm standing on the door of the club with a velvet rope that I'm about to lift if I call your name, which is written on my clipboard. Once you're welcomed in, everyone else is already in the club is cheering your name. Of course, Dave is a little bit of a sensitive soul. He needs a little bit of a boost, and Jess is standing right behind him and whispering in his ear,
Thank you so much.
sweet nothings. Jess, you're normally behind the bar as well. Are you working tonight?
Yeah, I'm wearing a long leather coat
Yes.
and small glasses. Just because it's a new fashion choice I've decided to try. So if you could support me in that, that'd be good. And the cocktails, I've got a red cocktail and a blue cocktail. And you get to choose which one you have. They both have some pretty full-on effects,
If you know what I mean.
if you know what I mean. You're going to get shit-faced.
Oh. What does that mean?
You'll see. You'll
Okay,
see.
all right.
Have a cocktail. You'll be right.
Dave, you normally booked a band as well for the after party?
You're never going to believe it. I've actually booked a band that you can hear in the Matrix.
What?
Whoa.
Obviously, I booked these months, if not years out, some of these people. They've got big touring schedules. We've got, from the Matrix, The Prodigy.
Whoa.
One of my favourite bands growing up. Absolutely loved The Prodigy.
It's funny because, yeah, we didn't talk at all about the soundtrack, but that was a big famous soundtrack. Just quickly Googling here, you got Marilyn Manson there, Ministry, Prodigy, Propeller Heads.
Rob Zombie.
Dragula was on that. Great track.
Rammstein, who you were singing before we started recording.
That's right. I've been listening to the latest Rammstein album a bit. Yeah, Do Haas was on there. It was a little period of time where there was this sort of industrial, sort of new metal-y kind of scene that was very big. And they were on movies like this and Spawn. I remember the Spawn soundtrack was big. Anyway, are you ready for me to announce some of these names?
Please.
All right, there's 10 entrants in this week. Here we go. From Waterloo in New South Wales, Australia, it's Blake Utumu.
Waterloo. Dude. But I was also thinking Blake Utumu. When I was in Italy, after a meal, you would say, Ottimo. Fantastic meal. Blake Ottimo.
Blake Fantastico. I'd also have something from Calgary. Go Flames in Canada. It's Kirk Reitmeyer.
Kirk it, girl. As in work it, girl.
Yes, Kirk it.
From Clemzig in South Australia, it's Nick Mowbray.
Oh, get out the Clem rig.
From...
he's like his stomach.
Yeah. Hey, this guy's cool.
Woo!
Is the specifically the rig to use?
Matt, keep going. You're ruining the momentum.
From address unknown, got to assume from deep within the fortress of the moles. And I, for one, welcome our new mole overlords. It's Aaron Sells.
Whatever you're selling, Aaron, I'm buying.
Woo! He's my cash.
From Bradford in Great Britain, it's Ashley Dickinson.
Ooh, Cashley Dickinson.
Yeah,
more like Radford.
Loaded
From
with cash.
Canawindra in New South Wales, it's Jack Beath.
Jack Beath, nimble, Jack Beath, quick.
Yes.
From Addleston in Surrey in Great Britain, it's Sophie Tudor.
When she tutors, she never misses. I thought you were going to say shooter. So that's
I've gotten my own head about Sophie's name because I've said it wrong every time and I can't remember which way I say it wrong.
I believe it is shooter.
Damn it.
Shooter to killer.
From Haugesund in Norway, it's Lenny Hones.
Lenny.
Dave, can you say it better? Lenny Hoynes. It's a zero. It's an O with a cross through it.
You always ask me this. I never know.
Yeah,
You
Bill
seem like
know
you would know
everything,
this for some reason.
What are we going with so I can...
From Haugesund in Norway, it's Lenny Hoynes.
Lenny, when he here, he cool.
Oh!
From Makina in Illinois in the United States, it's Sean Gallagher.
Sean. Respawn. It's Sean Gallagher.
Yeah, Sean's respawned.
From Shoreham by Sea in Great Britain, it's Annie.
There's only one thing I'm sure of. And that is that I get to see you, Annie!
And I smell wet
knew
dog.
it. I knew it.
Thank you so much to Annie, Sean, Lenny, Sophie, Jack, Ashley, Aaron, Nick, Kirk, and Blake.
We're trying to pump these people up and you're telling them they smell like a wet dog?
No, Mr. Walbuck smells wet dog, which is a compliment. And that brings us to the end of the episode. Jess, what do we need to tell people before we go?
That if they want to suggest a topic, anybody can do so. You don't have to, support us on Patreon or anything to do that. There's a little bird on the balcony.
Wow.
Hello, little bird.
I couldn't ignore it.
That's a hot bird.
That's a beautiful little...
was that a...
Sydney has beautiful birds.
It might be a
Look at
rainbow
that.
lorikeet.
Yeah.
Yes, you can suggest a topic. There is a link in the show notes. It's also on our website, dogoonpod.com, where you can also find information about upcoming live shows. You can find old episodes and you can buy a big range of merchandise.
Wow, what have we got?
Hoodies, other types of jumpers,
Stickers. We'll be back next week with another episode. But until then, I'll say thank you so much for listening and goodbye.
Later.
Bye.